Hello everybody, welcome to another great game here at Watchpoint Alpha during our weekend tournament. My name is Bantionette and I am joined by Dog making his casting debut. Hello Dog, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
You excited to be here?
I am very excited.
Awesome, super stoked to have you too. Dog is from Team Disconnect, who is also in this tournament, so he's going to be able to sort of stake out his competition here. But he is going to be joining our casting team as well, so we are very excited. Today we have Antumbra versus Ramen Renegade. Now, Antumbra has been on our server for quite some time. They are last season's champions. They're very well known for their goats and goats variants, but they have shown some flexibility as well and are probably going to bring some interesting stuff to this match. Ramen Renegade is new on our server and pretty new to team play, but they have proven their abilities time and time again, beating both the Alaskan Anomalies and Apex Legends to get here against Antumbra, and they are going to be fighting to stay in this match. So the winner of this matchup is going to be able to go against Team Disconnect in the semifinals. So this is a really important matchup, and I am so excited to see this go underway. Both teams are ready, so we're just going to start this off, and we are going to go to Paris.
I'm pretty sure my team's already faced Antumbra, as well as Ramen Renegades. I think my team's facing Scandals, actually. Pretty sure.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, sorry. I'm scuffed here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I've actually faced both of these teams, and I know that they're both very strong, so it's going to be an extremely interesting match. Udon's May is very good, and obviously Antumbra is very good as well. So
yeah, and they both are pretty evenly matched here. Antumbra both of them are probably some of our best May Goats teams on the server.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Antumbra has run some of the comps that we may be seeing today, things like triple DPS and bunker that are going to be necessary on some of these maps, but Antumbra has been around for a while, so I think that this is going to end up being pretty even. And right now we do see Antumbra is going to be running the bunker with a Bastion and a Hanzo on the DPS. And it looks like we are going to get a dive comp, a 2-2-2, coming from Ramen Renegade with the Sombra, which, man after my own heart right there. So what do you think we're going to expect to see here on Paris?
Well, I know that Baptiste and Bastion go very well together. I think that bunker comp is extremely good, but I also see that they're running a Hammond instead of a Winston, so I think that'll bring a little more damage, and it might be able to break, the bunker comp just a little bit better. I think
Hammond just a little bit of a dive there too.
Yeah, I think that Hammond's definitely better at closing distance.
We do see Udon right now is sort of going in right now, trying to farm up that EMP a little bit. It looks like they're looking for a hack right now that's going to enable their team to dive in instead of just going straight into fighting people. They do get the hack off on suboptimal, but Ramen goes down as soon as that hack comes through, and without that main heal, they're not going to be able to really win this fight, but that's okay. They're going to keep doing damage to try to charge up those ultimates, because on this hack here, it is really important to get those ultimates on the board. Udon does take out Yuo, though, on the Bastion, which is an extremely important pick. That is pretty much the main damage for this composition. And Ramen Renegade's respawns are coming back already, so they may end up being able to win this fight without any ultimates. Looks like Antumbra does bring out the Baptiste doll, which brings a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter because Ramen Renegade is going to be able to get these picks necessary. A little bit of a late Transcendence here, but it does heal the team up. And they are going to, in one fight, take point A here from Antumbra.
Those were some very quick ultimates built up there. The Dragon Blade came out. Unfortunately, he died right away, but that was a very quick, that was just very quick ult charge by both teams. Like
yeah, they were able to get
very
a lot
well
of
matched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it looks like they are going to be staying on the bunker here, Antumbra, and they are going to be setting up the Bastion here on the high ground. They do have the EMP, Ramen Renegade does, for Udon, and that EMP can be extremely dangerous here, especially if Wolfsun's Immortality Field comes out before the EMP does. EMP does come out, and it hacks almost all of them. Quell, the only one remaining unhacked. There will be no Immortality. J-Rod already goes down, though. It's Saint goes down afterward, but right now Ramen Renegade is sort of at a disadvantage, especially now that this Bastion all comes out. Everybody for Antumbra's back on the point. Yuo and Supreme almost single-handedly just absolutely wipe out Ramen Renegade. Luckily, Ramen Renegade still does have some ults that are almost coming up. They do almost have the Valkyrie and the Devo Bomb, and it did require a lot of ult usage from Antumbra in order to stop that. So
Yeah,
this next fight is going to be interesting.
Three ults from Antumbra there. They do still have the Diva Bomb, which is obviously a good zoning ult, as well as the Hanzo. So we'll see if they can make some use of that in this fight.
Yeah, and I think they can. Koala's Diva Bombs are definitely going to be dangerous. He is a very good Diva player, and his bombs do end up a lot of times being very well placed. So it's a question of whether he's going to use it for zoning to remech or for getting picks. Looks like the dragons are coming out. They are not going to get anybody, but they do a lot of zoning. Yuo does take out J-Rod, who is res. Wolfsun's Immortality Field is going to go down, which is going to be really dangerous with Carpe's Diva Bomb. Looks like the Dragon Blade comes out and kills almost all of Antumbra. Quell's Diva Bomb does come out and kills Harusame, and it gets Carpe out of the mech. Supreme and Koala are about to go down. Ramen Renegade are the lone people on the point right now. Yuo does come back, but does get hacked very quickly, and is just going to be needing to recapitalize on that. Suboptimal on the Lucio is stalling out, and we now have the Supreme stall from Hammond. So this is a winnable fight now that Antumbra's respawns are coming out. And Ramen Renegade hasn't even gotten a tick yet, but the EMP comes out, and it is a massive EMP. It looks like we are going to get a lot of the kills secured for Ramen Renegade here. Nearly all of Antumbra is down, only Koala and Yuo left on the point. Yuo does go down to the mines, and Koala is demeched. Ramen Renegade gets their first tick. They're going to get their second tick here. We are going to be able to get a recontest here, but Saint is hacked almost immediately and goes down. Dueling balls are going on right here. Supreme just swinging around, but he is going to be taken out. Yuo comes back to continue the stall, but gets taken out very quickly. Koala's about to be demeched here by this Diva Bomb. Demeched off of the point. Saint can't touch. Very quick take here for Ramen Renegade.
Yeah, I think Ramen Renegade definitely had better ults that fight. The minefield was very good, taking out the Doom very quickly, and they always hacked good targets. I think that they just had very good target prioritization there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did a very, very good job capitalizing on the Sombra hacks here. And that's sort of the thing about playing a Sombra is, unless your team is there to capitalize on the hacks, she isn't going to get a ton of value. But if the team is listening to the Sombra and hacking the correct targets and actually following up on those hacks, the Sombra is pretty much OP.
Pretty much OP, yeah.
Pretty OP. And obviously, not only is Udon's Sombra really good, and they had really good hack priorities, but their team was also ready to capitalize on them. So we saw that Sombra get a lot of value. And that's not to say that Udon was the only one doing work. Harusame's blades were absolutely disgusting. And I do have to give a shout out to that support lineup too. They were able to keep their team alive through all of these team fights. So Ramen Renegade did a fantastic job there with their attack. Let's see if their defense can hold up to Antumbra. It looks like Antumbra is going to be running a triple DPS comp here. Nope, kidding. They're switching off. They're memeing us a little bit. Quell will be on the Sombra here. That is my son, and I'm very excited to see this. Saint on the Genji. It looks like they're going to be going for that EMP Nano Blade combo here, which is a really powerful combination, especially if you don't have that Immortality Field out by Baptiste. So as long as they're able to do that blade through the Immortality Field, they should be fine.
Yeah, not only is EMP Blade a very good combo, but Sombra taken out right there, got hit by a Junkrat mine, I think. But yeah, not only is Sombra EMP with the Genji Blade a very good combo itself, Sombra is very good on this map just to force point. Especially with the bunker comp not having a lot of mobility, although they do have the diva here. I think that Sombra is going to ultimately do very well for them here.
Yeah, I think so too. And
she's
right just so powerful here. Yeah, Saint is sort of taking a weird flank right here. I think that they're just trying to capitalize on a hack instead of Ooh, Supreme is just taken out almost immediately by Harusame on that Bastion. They honestly really need to poke here. I think that they shouldn't be afraid to take some dry fights like they're doing right now. Sure, it's going to be feeding their ultimate charge, but if you're able to play it right, then you're feeding your ult faster, and that's sort of what the aim of the game is.
They have a Sombra, and Bunker does not. And Sombra's ult, I think, is just way better than all of their ults. You know, you just deletes it. It just stops them from playing the game.
Exactly. So, you can see Carpe kind of spy checking and is able to decloak Koala, who has to translocate out. And that's sort of a really good move here because right now the Sombra's job is to be farming up that EMP. Koala does get back.
Yeah, without the Sombra in position there, I think that's why the Genji died right there.
Yeah, and it looks like we do have Harusame's ult coming out. So far, no kills, but a lot of damage coming out. Suboptimal goes down, but it looks like Antumbra is on the board right now. Big EMP from Koala, getting pretty much the rest of their team. And they didn't need to commit any other ultimates here besides that. So it looks like Antumbra is not only going to have a really good take, but they have a lot of snowball potential here as well.
That couldn't have worked better for Antumbra right there. They definitely did a very good job not using a lot of ults, and as a result, they're going to have a lot of ults going into this fight. Unfortunately for them, Ramen Renegades is also going to have a lot of ultimates with Diva Bomb, Valkyrie, Baptiste, so both of their support ults. And then Junkrat's also coming up on ult as well. If he can get it through spam here, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, the most important thing here is to not all press Q at once. And we saw this against your team, is that sometimes a lot of both you and Ramen Renegade.
Both us and Ramen definitely press Q.
Just so many Qs.
Yes,
and I do like how Koala got behind them and sort of distracted them a little bit there, but their team really wasn't there to capitalize on it, and they're all still kind of stalled out there. But that's good because the Valkyrie came out.
Why did they both just use? Why did they use Valkyrie there? What happened? Did they think?
I think that they were ready for. Yeah, I think that they were ready for either the EMP or for an engage there, so that was a really smart move there by Koala, who was able to distract them and get both support ults out. So now they're going to have a lot of value coming out of this Dragon Blade.
Yes.
Big Bomb comes out, press Q all at once.
All the Qs.
And it looks like Ramen's going to be killed by the D-Mech. Udon's tired, though, evening out this fight. Yuo is the only one on the point right now. Most of Antumbra's
They just got a tick for free.
They did. Yeah, and that's extremely important here to get that tick. And it looks like we do still have 2 ultimates on the board for Antumbra with that EMP almost here. There's only going to be 1 ultimate for the next fight for Ramen Renegade, Harusame's Bastion ult.
Whilst it's a strong ult, they do have a diva and can mitigate most of it. Or no, wait, they don't have a diva. Oh yeah, they do have a diva. Yeah.
So there is some counterplay. There is a lot of counterplay to it, especially with the beat as well. Harusame is probably going to have a lot of difficulty getting a lot of value out of this. So it looks like Sombra is about to have the EMP here. So a big EMP from Koala. It looks like he's going for that flank right now. He's going to be able to use it here and get a lot of value from it.
Nice.
EMP comes out, hacks nearly the entire team. Only Diva and Baptiste are remaining unhacked. A lot of damage comes out, but because Baptiste was not hacked by the EMP, the Immortality Field comes out and makes it harder for them to secure those kills. But they still got another tick for free, and now they're fighting for that last tick. So it looks like Ramen Renegade is not going to be able to stall this out as hard as we've seen from previous matchups. And round 2 is going to be complete. This is the true 2 CP matchup right here. Yeah. This is very 2 CP.
No, yeah, both these teams are so evenly matched. It's very fun to watch. This is a very good matchup, and I can really appreciate the amount of skill and time that these players put into their heroes and characters because I mean, obviously, they all know how to play their characters very well, and that's why it's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and it looks like I think Ramen Renegade especially has made a lot of strides in the past couple of weeks in terms of getting used to this team environment. I know that their team is a lot newer, so it's kind of amazing to see how quickly they went from being good. They were definitely good at the beginning, but now they're starting to become some real contenders here for the finals. And look, both teams have nearly identical time banks, with Antumbra only having a 20-second deficit in the time bank, which can either be the difference between a win or a loss, or can mean nothing, depending on how they're playing. So this is pretty much as even as you can get. This is just crazy.
I honestly think that the only reason one of them has the time advantage is because of the tick on the point that they got earlier in the fights. So
yeah,
this is definitely an interesting watch right here. They're running bunker comp again. I think bunker comp is very strong on Paris, but you definitely switch out the Junkrat for the Torb here, and I think it might be a little better.
I think a Torb would be a good move here, especially with that Sombra coming around in the back.
Render her completely useless.
Yeah, as soon as she decloaks, she's got that pressure from the Torb. Looks like Koala is trying to look for a hack right here. They do get the hack onto Ramen, and the dive comes through, but Baptiste drops Immortality. Ramen still goes down, though, but so does Supreme, and that Immortality field is down now, but the fight is still so even. They just keep getting picked off one by one, but it looks like it's going to be Antumbra that ultimately loses, just based on who was killed during this fight. So
I like how the Diva flew to point there to kind of force point and make them split up a little bit right there.
Yeah, and I think that part of this is also just playing the mind games and kind of sort of flustering them a little bit and making them reconsider where they're going to be holding. And it looks like Ramen is going to be inside the building.
Yeah, they're giving them so much free space because it takes so long to walk back from spawn here.
I don't know how I feel about that hold too, because Antumbra can easily LOS the Bastion here. Looks like the Dragon Blade does come out and they get a lot of kills here, so they're probably going to be able to cap this, and they already have 2 ticks for free. Tyre is also going to be taken out by Supreme. So even though Yuo is demeched here, they are going to be able to win this fight out, and they still have so many ultimates that are going to allow them to snowball here. They're going to have that Lucio ult up soon. They have the Ana, and they have the EMP. So even though they don't have the Dragon Blade anymore, just based on the EMP alone, they may be able to win this right here.
Yeah. Ramen's still 20% away from Valk.
Yeah, and if that hat gets that Mercy, there's absolutely no way that they're going to be able to heal through it. Big EMP does not get the Mercy, though. She's about to have Valkyrie, and she's going to pop it. Diva Bomb does come out and is able to get Harusame, so it's only 2 from Ramen Renegade left on the point right now.
To stagger, though.
And she's able to keep Carpe alive very well, and they have to chase Ramen down in order to kill her, and this allows the respawns to come out for Ramen Renegade. Diva Bomb does come out for Carpe, and that Winston bubble goes away just in time, but unfortunately still does not get anybody. The ham install is huge. He's just swinging around the point, getting a lot of damage on the remaining members of Antumbra, and Antumbra is outnumbered now.
They're coming up on Primal soon. Oh, but he goes down.
Yeah, there's no way that he's going to be able to get that Primal up, and Yuo is about to be demeched here, so even though they were very close to that Diva Bomb, they are going to be killed. Luckily for Antumbra, Ramen Renegade did not stagger Yuo there, they just killed him outright. So they are going to be able to have the Diva back with the team. They're going to have both tank ultimates and almost the Dragon Blade, which will farm up very quickly. But again, Ramen Renegade does not have any ultimates yet. They are only close to the Primal right now.
Well, Primal is strong to contest, though. They can potentially get ults very quickly here if he juggles correctly.
Yes, that's true. And it also just depends on how early they pick them off. If they know that that Primal's coming out, Koala taken out is huge, especially close to the EMP.
I would probably not even push in right now, honestly.
Yeah, I would just wait, but it looks like they are going to be pushing in here.
Yeah.
So they're able to feed that Primal, so unless that EMP gets J-Rod, he's going to be able to stall. Ramen's Coalescence does come out, but nobody's on the point, and there's only 5 seconds to go. It looks like Koala is trying to get back to the point and does, but the EMP does come out for Udon and hacks a lot of them. Koala's EMP does come out and hacks 3, including Tamago, who's very low, but Tamago manages to stay alive. Ramen Renegade is going to be able to full hold here.
I think that was ultimately won by Ramen because they decided to continue to fight whilst they were down one. The
Yeah.
Sombra. The Sombra is all the utility in their team comp, honestly. So, them kind of pushing in there really just fed Ramen ult charge, and as a result, they were just able to pull out here. So only 1 point going to the side of Antumbra. Very winnable for Ramen here. Did they get 2
definitely
ticks?
is.
I think they got 2 ticks, or 1 tick at least.
Something like that. They didn't fully cap, so Ramen is able to win here rather than taking it to another round. And Ramen did have 20 more seconds on the clock than Antumbra did. So Antumbra is coming at this with a disadvantage, and their defense is going to have to be extremely strong here. We do see the same bunker comp that Ramen Renegade ran with the D.Va and the Orisa, which I actually like instead of the Roadhog. Usually we'll see a Roadhog here instead of the D.Va, but I think that the D.Va has a lot of utility here in terms of being able to mitigate some of the damage to the Orisa shield, shield the Bastion a little bit.
Yeah, I think honestly you just have to pocket the Bastion and wait for him to pop off when they get really close like that. This ball D.Va comp very good at closing distance. I would say better than the Winston. And a little bit more damage because slam right on top of people does 100 damage. Along with the boob 50, that's 150 damage. Zen's only at 50 health then, and if you kill the Zen or if you kill the Mercy, then very winnable. Yeah. So yeah, 2 very strong comps right now.
Udon is coming out the side here to get some hacks off. All right, they're not engaging. What were you saying?
I said I'm interested to see the Bastion and Baptiste combo. I really want to see that.
Yeah, and it looks like Bastion does get J-Rod, and Saint takes out her Sames. Even though the Immortality field did go down, it looks like Antumbra is just killing Ramen as they trickle in one by one. And I think part of this is Ramen is just trickling because they know that this is how they're going to feed their ultimate. And again, it's sort of like you're trying to feed you're trying to feed your ults faster than they're feeding theirs. Interestingly though, Udon isn't really going for the charge EMP fast strategy. They're going for the wait to get a clutch hack strategy, which I don't know if that's working out in their favor right now. Antumbra is able to put out way more damage than them, and they're getting those picks. And they really need that EMP, but Udon is only 44% there.
He didn't really get a lot of ult charge. I think Antumbra is kind of like adapting and kind of watching out for that, and as a result, he just isn't able to get as much ult charge anymore, and that's really good for them.
Yeah, and he is going to jump off the map here. It's a question of whether or not they're not going to switch off of the Sombra, which I think is a good move. I think that they do need that EMP in order to break this bunker, but Udon is going to have to charge it as fast as he possibly can because they only have 2 minutes here.
Yeah, already
sounds like a lot, but it isn't. Harusame does go in, but is taken out by Suboptimal. Ramen does pop the Valkyrie.
Yeah, they Valked as soon as they got it, but they're still down somehow. Baptiste is going up on ult. I think Baptiste ult mixed with Bastion's just Sentry mode is actually more damage than his cannon. So I think that if they do their ult management correctly, they only have the Baptiste ult this next fight.
Now Udon is sitting here waiting to get a clutch hack, just literally standing right behind them. Deep cloaks and does hack Yuo, but Yuo is not going to be pressured here. Yeah, J-Rod just gets taken out so fast, and there comes Suboptimal's ult, which is going to be a lot of damage put onto Ramen Renegade. And Antumbra still has literally every single one of their ults, besides the Bastion ult now, on the board for when
their ult management is almost too good at this point. I think
now,
that they need
Udon
to
does have EMP, and you can't press Q if you're hacked. And Ramen Renegade does capitalize very well on clutch Sombra plays, so if they keep playing so close like this, they're going to be very vulnerable to Udon here. So Udon does EMP, but only gets 2 of them, Saint and Supreme. Baptiste is killed before the ultimate comes out though, and it looks like Ramen Renegade does have the respawn advantage here too. So even though they have 3 versus 3 right now, Ramen Renegade's gonna be able to stall this up enough that the respawns are gonna be able to come back. They're starting to get ticks, and Yuo is hacked by Udon, which is going to be very dangerous for this Mercy. And eventually, Yuo does go down. The tire does come out for Saint, and it's going slowly towards the point. but I don't know if it's going to be able to do it. It does get Ramen on her way back, which is really huge, and Koala's Diva Bomb takes out J-Rod. Koala, however, is overwhelmed by the Ramen Renegade members on the point. Both the Soldier Field and the Immortality Shield are making things a lot harder. Carpe's Diva Bomb does kill Koala, but is not going to be enough. Antumbra is going to be able to full hold point A here, take that first match.
Amazing match.
Yeah, I think
the hack needed to be bigger. I think that if the hack was bigger, that definitely would have been their fight, but unfortunately he just wasn't in the position, and they only caught two. Two people on Antumbra's side actually died with ult though, however. And that was kind of surprising how they were able to hold that. So, like I said, this is such a good match to watch.
Yeah, and I think that this is just sort of one of those situations where not every map is going to be your map. Ramen
Paris is
Renegade
notoriously hard to push in on, you know.
It's very luck-based almost. It's just who is able to get those really clutch picks, as 2CP usually is. But Paris is so controversial because it is so difficult sometimes to win, even if you're doing well.
I love how hard it is. There's so much strategy involved with it.
It's one of my favorite maps. I don't know why everybody hates it so much.
Reminds me of Hanamura a little with the starting gate in. I think May's really good on it. I'm surprised that not a lot of comps of May are ran on it.
But we are probably going to see May on our next map here. So our next map is King's Row. Again, one of my favorites. We're probably going to see double Snoats because I know that Ramen Renegade really loves the Snoats. Ramen even said in her interview last night that she loves the Snoats.
Yeah.
Antumbra also loves Snoats. I believe that D'Artagnan is their usual May player. I'm not sure if I'm 100% right on that, but
looks like
I feel like that's usually who their May player is, and he's not there right now.
Facing both of these teams, I can definitely say that both of their Snoats are very, very good. I particularly remember Udon playing May. His walls are just insane. So I'm really excited to see that. There's a lot of outplaying when teams mirror comps. You know, when Snoats versus Snoats comes out, it's all about who can outplay who.
Exactly.
You know? So I think Udon. Udon's who I remembered. So I'm gonna say that I honestly think that Ramen I think has the better Snoats, in my opinion.
So right now it looks like we are going to get the Snoats out of Antumbra here. And Ramen Renegade is...
I saw a torque for a second.
I think they're memeing because they know that we scream every time that they run the Torb. As much as I love Attack Torb, I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, and Ramen swapping off with the Sombra here. Tamago's likely just scouting. I don't think that they're gonna run the Widow here. It looks like they're probably gonna be running the Snoats as well. Yeah, Tamago is gonna switch to the Zen. All Carpe has to do, go to the Zarya. So we literally have a Snoats v Snoats here.
Well, Ana Snoats here too, actually.
Both Ana Snoats.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. There you go.
So, literally a mirror comp, just like you were saying.
Looks like the May is patiently waiting. Big wall. 4 of them.
Yeah, which is it's something that you can still survive. Koala does go down pretty quickly, and so does Yuo. It looks like even though Ramen Renegade didn't aggress right away, they still are able to press W at the right time, so they're able to kind of overwhelm Antumbra here. And this is sort of the thing about Goats. If you get one pick, it's really easy to snowball it. Yeah. Supreme was slept in the middle of his charge, saving the life of whoever his victim was there. Udon's taking a little nap on the job, but is going to wake up and get it together. Very quick cap here for Ramen Renegade.
I think Ramen was a little slow engaging, like you said, but they managed to pull him off. You know, Zarya doing most of the damage there. So, and if you look at the ult charge, actually, Carpe is dominating with Graviton's superiority right now. It's always a good thing to watch because, you know, Grav is such a powerful ult in these GOAT comps. So, We'll see
grab
a grab
is
from
super
Ramen
necessary here.
Yeah, this will.
What's kind of nice about the Snoats v Snoats though is you do have some counterplay to that grab. You can either do the wall or you can use your Blizzard to prevent them from being able to follow up. Because there is no sort of long range ultimate that is going to do it for you. But Ramen Renegade is not going to need that grab. Just based on raw team fighting alone, they're able to not only badly stagger Koala, but also keep pushing the cart.
That's four people
poor
anti.
Koala.
They just shattered, and it was just ultimately just a fight for the ramen. Just went their way because the shatter was just so powerful. They do have grab.
Yes, they do have grab here. They're not going to have the transcendence. Grab does come out and captures two of them, and that wall is going to help sort of keep them there. So Udon is going to be able to take out Saint, Harsame takes out Supreme, Yuo goes down to J-Rod, so Ramen Renegade is just going to keep being able to fight. What I appreciate about what Antumbra is doing is they know when the fight's lost. So they're backing off and just regrouping.
Yeah, Goats is mainly about the the raw healing power and the fact that the ultimates are all very good ults from every character. So they do very well not feeding ultimates.
So the rally does come out.
Big shatter.
Rav comes out and it's huge, but yeah, there's that big shatter. There's just a very chaotic, very Goats fight here. The Nana does come out on Carpe here, who's just going to be just lasering into everybody and eventually gets Yuo. Saint does go down, or Saint takes down Harsame rather, but it doesn't matter for Ramen Renegade because they are ultimately able to come up on top here. Wolfson is able to get away with his life, so he's going to be very happy about that. He's going to be able to get to safety. It looks like Koala right now is sort of going for a flank. I wonder if he's going to try to bomb here to sort of distract them a little bit. Koala's going to come down from his flank and just engage. J-Rod was stunned and able to go down, so Antumbra is finally going to win this year. But Udon gets the Blizzard, which freezes all of
and the Boog off the map.
Yeah, the Boop comes out, taking out Yuo and Suboptimal, so it's just Koala, Saint, and Supreme left. So even though they have to back up a little bit here, that was able to stop them from winning that fight, and that's going to ultimately save a lot of time here for Ramen Renegade.
I don't know how I feel about the Diva pick. They swapped off of Snoats and onto just regular 3-3.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either. I honestly... Ooh, huge Diva bomb from Koala. So maybe the Diva pick was a good idea here. Supreme goes down, so it is a 4v5 right now, rather. Saint high charge, just lasering into everybody, but Carpe has high charge too, and his grab comes out, and they're just going to be able to swing and beam right into this grab, take out Yuo, Suboptimal, and Saint. Supreme Shatter does come down, he gets a lot of them, but there isn't going to be the follow-up, and J-Rod shatters in return, and there is follow-up on that. Supreme and Wolfson go down. Koala flying up to try to save his neck, but unfortunately is taken out. Yuo does rally here, but the grab comes out to get all of Antumbra, everybody dragged into it. Beat is dropped on the side of Ramen in order to keep everybody alive in this last stall. Supreme just swinging around the cart. Udon throws his Blizzard once again. Yeah, and it looks like Supreme is taken off.
Wow.
Huge zone there.
Wow.
Just Ramen Renegade Snoats is absolutely disgusting.
Really, it really is. I think that the switch to regular 3-3 was kind of thrown them off a little, which is why they lost the 2 fights in a row. But they just kind of adapted and they just called targets and they just won. May is just such a good pick against regular Goats. I think that's why Snoats is ultimately just better than regular 3-3.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I honestly would have recommended, rather than switching to regular Goats, like Antumbra could easily run
quad
or
deeps.
even just running quad DPS or even triple DPS. Just bring in a Pharah and some other long range heroes.
Right. Something that May has trouble dealing with.
Exactly. If you had a Pharah and a Sombra and then any other DPS, something
I
like a
running
soldier.
Doom into Snoats, honestly.
Like running what into Snoats?
Doom, like Doomfist, like Doom Goats, for example, works very well.
Yeah, and the Doomfist creates so much chaos too, and that's sort of part of playing against Goats. Goats is so tight coordination-wise you have to all be going on the same target.
Right.
If you're creating chaos and separating everybody and making everybody pay attention to you rather than their target, that's probably going to win you the fight right there, just based on the distraction alone.
Well, you know, and on top of that, grab meteor strike is actually still very good even after the Doom nerf, because you know with the Doom nerf, it caused the more wideness of his. It's more like centered, right? And so with grab, you know, and the meteor strike, it's instantaneous damage, so it goes through trans. But you know, they just didn't run it. That's okay though.
Now, Ramen Renegade is running their famous bunker comp here. So Antumbra does go into the hotel, but not everybody goes in. So Saint is going to be killed very quickly.
The Bastion teleported to the top of the statue and just died instantly.
They did run that before, which worked for them, but now it's not. Yeah, it was. And it worked, but now it's not working. Koala on that Symmetra is getting a lot of damage out, but everybody is sort of having a lot of trouble right now because they're getting low. Harusami is able to shoot right into them. Although I do appreciate that right now they're sort of playing the sightlines of the Bastion too. They're making sure that they're not able to take that much damage. But Bastion jumps down and is going to be able to unleash his bullets, and everybody's sitting on the point now from that sightline until he's taken out. Yuo does take out Carpe, so Antumbra should be able to win this right here, assuming that Ramen doesn't pull off their usual, hey, we're stalling really well here. Given the fact that Ramen did get that res off of Carpe, it looked like it may have been won there, but Antumbra was ready for it. It was able to kill everybody sitting on the point, so they are going to be able to cap this very quickly. And they're switching to Snows.
Yeah, honestly, I think that Antumbra just kind of got those two ticks, where they were playing out of the sightlines of the Bastion, like you said, and then, you know, they struck when the bunker comp was weak, right as they're moving, and Bastion is in sentry form. So, that was very well played by Antumbra there. Very well played.
Yeah, so they are going to be going into a Snows v Snows again.
Yep.
Same exact composition, the Snows with the Ana. Given the fact that Ramen Renegade... Yeah, and Ramen Renegade did have to completely swap off their comp there, so they don't have any ultimates coming in.
Wow,
we do have Nano Earthshatter and Rally here, so they should be able to win here, but Yuo taken out. Supreme does take out Harusame.
Frozen
Big
though.
Shatter, but he was frozen, yeah. So J-Rod is also frozen, but that wall comes out and is going to separate the team a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Koala and Supreme showing up on the kill feed here with some assists from the rest of their team. Everybody's going to be taken out. They're going to be able to cap this extremely quickly as well.
Yeah, so honestly, this is how like even they are. You know, first team kind of got rolled going in, and now they're getting rolled again. Like it's back and forth.
As is the case with goats, usually this kind of stuff is very fast. Sometimes you get those long, drawn-out team fights, but it seems like you just roll, and it's whoever rolls faster. But right now, Ramen Renegade is looking to stall. Yes, absolutely huge wall, but Supreme is taking out a huge anti. Disgusting anti there from Suboptimal, able to make Antumbra win this fight automatically. So even though Ramen Renegade looked like they may come out on top there, that anti was pretty much the reason why they lost that. So really great job from Suboptimal.
Big grab too to just zone him off point. Yeah, you know, I like I honestly I don't really like goats. I don't really like playing goats, but I do like watching goats because you can see how each team is just there's just so much raw healing that nobody dies, and then one person hits a cooldown, and it's a well-placed cooldown. You know, that anti-nade really just prevented them from getting any health back, and they just die. And it was a huge nade at that. So that's the one thing fun about you know, goats, I guess. Good players just kind of can shut it down or can enable it. It's really fun.
Yeah. I'm sure that Muffin in the chat right now is just like freaking out about the fact that you're talking about how much you love goats right now. The Snows v Snows is fun to watch, but I am also looking forward to the other maps that are a little less goats heavy in this composition. But it looks like we are going to get the mirror Snows v Snows again. Now, Antumbra does have the time bank advantage here. They are coming in with almost 2 minutes more than Ramen is. So theoretically, this should be their map. But as we saw, anything can happen when you're running mirror Snows v Snows. So we'll see how it goes.
And there's Snoats right out of the gate again, so they're not feeling too confident about the Bastion, you know, thing that they did earlier. Oh wait, no, the sides are reversed. Never mind.
Alright, so Ramen is playing a little patiently here, waiting for the chance to engage. The wall comes out and separates them out, and huge anti-nade from Suboptimal once again. But Ramen Renegade is still able to get those picks, even though that anti could have been their death sentence there. They are just pressing W, the speed boosting coming out. Yuo and J-Rod slam into each other. Yeah, another really big anti-nade, but again, no capitalization on that. We do get the boost Geo coming out here, but it isn't going to be enough. Shatter comes out from J-Rod.
Is that a 30-second shatter?
Everybody. 30-second shatter, yeah, and Wolfson is trying to contest here, but is going to be taken out. So Ramen Renegade is going to be able to take this very quickly. So now they have 2 minutes left to push the payload as far as they can. They are trying to get it all the way, of course, but when we're in these final rounds, it's just who could push it the furthest. So they do have one on the cart while the rest of the team sort of pushes up to try to take as much space as possible here. Looks like Antumbra is playing very patiently, which I don't know. I would honestly encourage them to engage a little bit quicker here, maybe get a pick.
They definitely have more ult charge, Ramen does, though, and I think that that's what they're worried about.
Yes, now the shatter does come out. Supreme playing patiently worked off here. The beat does come out for Antumbra right here, which helps keep them alive. So Ramen Renegade has all their ultimates on the board, and they'll be able to recontest here. They're off the cart, but that's okay. They'll get people back on the cart to push it a little further.
Literally all 6 ults, whilst they only have a Brig ult, really. They have Brig and Mei, but nothing really for the grab unless they use that Mei ult defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an aggressive Mei ult, however, just kind of throwing it in there, trying to wipe them.
Yeah, and the Mei ult can also be great. Grab comes out here.
Big anti again.
Yeah, really, really huge anti. So Ramen Renegade was able to win that engagement without using every single one of their Qs. They still have 3 left on the board. They have the Nano, they have the Rhine ult, and they have the Rally here.
Yeah, and Antumbra is, however, coming up with Grav, Nano, and Brig ult, though. Nano Brig could be very powerful here.
Yeah, I think that it could. I think that this could win it, especially now that we're going to be getting up on overtime soon. It's just a matter of getting them off of the cart versus thinking about future engagement.
One team fight.
Both rallies coming out in unison. Big Earth Shatter from J-Rod. He's just going to be swinging into it. Everybody's on Ramen Renegade's going to get grabbed, and there isn't going to be a ton of follow-up. Big anti-nade, however, allows them to kill J-Rod here. Yuo does go down to Harusame, though. Saint and Udon just sort of spraying their cryo freeze around, trying to freeze somebody. Supreme does go down. Another big anti-nade on Ramen Renegade takes out Harusame there. Udon is going to go down here. The Mei ult comes out from Saint, which allows them to get them off of the cart, secure the kills. Round 3 is going to be complete here.
As soon as the main tank goes down and Goats, that's kind of where it just all goes downhill. Their main tank, I think, was picked first, if I'm not mistaken, and as a result, I think that that's why Antumbra won that fight there.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's sort of, if you have the 5v6 in Goats, it usually is going to end up snowballing from there, just because everybody is so vital.
Right,
so
the main tank is so important with the shield, it's just, so. They did push it far, however.
They did.
They got a point and almost a second, so that's basically 2, so definitely winnable for Ramen. It's also winnable for Antumbra, though. They got 5 minutes almost to cap first point and almost make it to second. So it looks like they're gonna run the Bastion thing again. Maybe it'll work this time. They were pretty good at shutting it down at first. I'm not sure how it's gonna work.
Yeah, and I do like that Ramen Renegade is not running that same sort of bunker strategy that they did before.
Stick in the seats.
they know how to deal with the bunker, so they know that if they run it, they're probably going to end up losing here. With the Snows, even if they lose first point, they'll be able to charge a lot of their ultimates and make sure that Antumbra gets off before they're able to cap it all the way. So the Bastion is going through the teleporter again, and it looks like Ramen Renegade was ready for that, so they're immediately kiting over to the hotel. Wolfson and Yuo both go down. So Saint is still on top of the statue.
Yeah.
He's sort of gonna be able to fire down, but
I think that because they weren't running, you know, any type of snows or any type of goats there, that's why they lost that fight in that hotel. It's such a close quarters with goats being the brawl that it is.
It looks like Saint is going to switch to the Widow, which I don't know about that pick. I think it's a little hard to run Widow into this kind of comp. Koala's going to stay on the Symmetra. J-Rod and Ramen do go down, so staying on this comp may ultimately be beneficial here, but Supreme is just taken up by Carpe here. So Ramen Renegade can still stall this out as long as they want, especially with Udon getting that ice block and that shield. Koala goes down, Saint takes out Tamago, and he's just sort of uncontested up on the top here. Harusame takes out Suboptimal, but Yuo is going to take out Harusame, so it's just sort of trading Briggs on both sides here. J-Rod and Supreme are just sort of swinging into each other, but Carpe is able to bubble J-Rod, who is able to shatter Supreme to death. Ramen Renegade is going to be able to continue to hold this. Yeah, very good grab. It looks like Saint is sort of in the back here.
They have a Widow in the back.
Yeah, he's being contested. They know he's there. They know that he's there. So now they're just sort of chasing him down, and they're able to get that early pick, which means that Antumbra has that 5v6 here now. Only 3 minutes left for Antumbra to get it all the way to the end of the street phase, which, you know, it's very doable, but it's also kind of dire now because they don't
If I
really
was in
have the
Ramen's
same...
position, I would just, you know, kind of draw up the time and make it to overtime when they got to push cart. It's so much easier to team wipe when they have to push a cart, you know? They have to stick to the cart.
Big anti from Tamago there, and the Nano comes out. Big blizzard as well, so Koala's going to go down very quickly. Looks like Saints is again uncontested, but it doesn't matter if you're getting the kills, especially when Supreme, Yuo, and Suboptimal all go down. They need to I think that they need to swap off the Widow here and just honestly go into Snows.
You know, Brig is just so powerful, removing most of the one-shot potential, or most of the damage that Widow can do. Looks like they switched to Azaria.
They did, yeah, so they're going to regular goats here.
Yeah, Carpe is on 63% to grab, as to where they have no percent on grab, so Ramen still has the advantage here.
Yeah, big shatter from J-Rod there, able to get Wolfson out, but Ramen goes down, but it's okay because Saint and Yuo both go down, so Ramen should be able to hold this. Ramen will be able to get back fast. Yeah, Ramen's doing a very good job in this Goats v Goats matchup, which is very
smart.
And it's surprising given that Antumbra is sort of known for their goats. It shows that they have a bit of a sort of a contender here. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and Antumbra does not have the ultimates on the board right now necessarily. Carpe, especially with that grab. Grab does come out, it gets pretty much all of them. It's dropped. And a huge shatter from Supreme.
If they're Ryan guys, they might win.
Yeah, so J-Rod does go down, so Antumbra probably can cap this here, but Suboptimal goes out, and having that Ana down is huge. The Nano does come out, is put on Harusame on the Brig, and he's just going to swing away, probably going to be able to get a pick here. He's going to be bubbled again, but he's going to be charged. But it doesn't matter because Supreme is killed in the middle of the charge, meaning that Harusame comes out on stage. Koala Bomb comes through, but it is going to be shielded by J-Rod, who then shatters. So Yuo is going to go down to that Fire Strike at the end there. Only 30 seconds left for Antumbra, and
Antumbra has grab though, if they can touch. If they can touch and get a big grab out, very winnable. Though Ramen does have the mail, so...
They do, so this could potentially zone out the grab. They do have the Nano, so they do have some survivability here, but with Carpe coming up on his grab right now, it really is anybody's game here.
The Nano comes out immediately.
Mayo comes down. It's gonna freeze pretty much all of Antumbra here. So right now they're just working to secure those kills. The grab comes out. Ramen is taken out, but suboptimal is too. So they're trading healers here. Everybody's just sort of swinging around chaotically. Saint, Yuo, and Koala get the picks though. So Antumbra is probably gonna be able to cap this point here. It looks like that Ramen is trying to stall it out here. Ramen on the Lucio is going to kite back a little bit, get back with their team. So Antumbra capped this point. But now they have to push it. And they have the Nano and Rhine ult coming up, which makes this very dangerous.
One team fight can decide it right now. One team fight.
They do have counter ultimates here. So they do have the Diva Bomb, which can negate the Rhine Shatter, and they do have Wolfsun's Wolfsun just dancing on the cart right now. They do have Wolfsun's beat here. So the Nano does come out, and so does that Shatter. Wolfsun beats, but it's not gonna help him. He's gonna get off of the cart. C9? C9 and Ramen Renegade.
No!
Bro.
No!
That's just honestly kind of heartbreaking because it's one thing to lose for getting outplayed. It's another thing to lose because somebody got off of the cart.
Yeah,
I think having Wolfson on the cart was probably a mistake there because he needed to get up there to support his team and help them out.
Yeah.
And they didn't have anybody else contesting cart there. So
I think Ramen would have won that anyways. They hit a very big shatter, but like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Just heartbreaking. And some really crazy stats. 84% kill participation, 61 eliminations. This is obviously a very hard fought match. Ironically, Muffin did say in the chat, please don't see 9. Oh man, is he going to be disappointed? I love being on a minute delay. It's like I see the future.
Yeah.
But this is a very sort of insane matchup here. So we are going to be going on to Ilios for our next map here. And this is where it's going to get very interesting. So we have Antumbra on a map that isn't a GOATS map, which means that they are going to have to bring out the either the triple DPS or the 222 or something like that. I'm excited to see it personally, although some of their DPS stars like D'Artagnan are not here right now. I know that it's really hard sometimes to get the availability, especially since we all aren't Overwatch League players. So we are not going to be able to have some of those stars that could really carry on this map, or not carry because the team is actually helping them out. But I think that Antumbra still really has a chance here. Ramen Renegade proved themselves to do really well on Ilios against Scandals. But against the Anomalies, they ended up getting pressured really hard. So I feel like with Ramen Renegade, it honestly could be anybody's game here. So right now, we're just waiting on those readies coming from the teams. Both teams are ready, so we are going to go to Ilios here.
Ilios, very interesting map. Not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I personally love Ilios, especially the Well map, because Well is just so chaotic, especially with the environmental kill potential and with comps like a Lucio, Hog, and Pharah all being on the same comp being viable. You can see a lot of boots into that bottomless pit.
I don't think we're going to see goats here. I'd be surprised.
Goats would be a mistake on this map. This is such a good map, especially with all the verticality of this map. It's a really good map for a Pharah or for running something like a McCree. It looks like everybody's going to agree with me here. We're going to get the Roadhog and Orisa with the Pharah and McCree on the side of Ramen Renegade.
They're still on the side of Antumbra, though.
They may be memeing here. They may be memeing. But I also want to be surprised because Symmetra actually can be very strong on this map, especially giving other members of the team get high ground. They are not going to run this Symmetra. They were memeing. Looks like they're weird comp.
Undecisive. Do not know what they're
Okay.
running.
Alright, so they're running practically a mirror comp here, except they're gonna have Saint on the Hanzo instead of the Pharah. So Pharah is going to sort of have air superiority.
Oh, big hook there. That was massive.
Huge hook, and then Koala taken
that
out.
just won them the team fight, 100%.
That's it. Especially without that Orisa shield, they aren't really going to be able to hold on
Right.
point with this bunker here.
Yeah, there's
So
nothing.
Udon's just going to sort of have free reign of the skies right now with their hit scan being taken out, able to pressure. So Ramen Renegade has this. But again, this is control point. So what matters is your team staying alive to be able to contest. It's very easy to take this point back, especially since we don't have any ultimates on the board yet.
Right.
Except for the barrage.
Sparta.
Now
Very
Carpe
strong
is going to be hooked off by
position.
Yuo. Really, really big hook there. This is why I love Well so much. So they are going to try to do the pull hook combo there. Does not work, and Tamago is taken out. So right now they just sort of have to stall out here, which is what Ramen Renegade does best. They are going to
Big
pop
pull by the
Valkyrie
Orisa.
here.
Wow.
Yeah, massive, which is something that Ramen Renegade does well, is clutching out in the last seconds of these team fights, like with that giant pull. So
I don't
Bountiful
think
is
that they
almost
necessarily. Yeah, they used two ults there. I only think that they needed to use one. I think that the supercharger was a little bit of a panic, but they still managed to end up cleaning up, and I think that that's what ultimately matters. Now they do have both DPS ults on their side, and I'm sure that the Ana can farm ult very quickly, depending on how much damage the Roadhog takes. On the side of Antumbra, though, however, they do have Ana and Hanzo both.
Now High Noon does come out from Harusame, but does not get anybody. The Koala is still taken out of this, so there won't be a counter High Noon coming out anytime soon.
Free
Another
reign of the
big
sky.
hook. Yuo just barely stays out of the
dragon.
well. But unfortunately, he's going to be taken out anyway. The dragon does take out Harusame, like you said, big dragon, but that is a
Barrage.
bigger barrage.
Yeah.
That barrage may have
Mine's
just won them
bigger.
the point there. Now they do have two ultimates on the board for Antumbra, right? Or sorry, for Ramen Renegade. Antumbra only has one right now, but they're coming up very close on some of their ults. It looks like they're going for a stall comp here. So they do have
They
Yuo
nailed the
on.
Doom, but didn't get much value out of it.
Unfortunately, he is booped away, and he is going to be killed. High Noon comes out for Qual, which takes out Ramen, which could potentially win them the fight, but it is not going to be enough with the whole hog coming out, killing Koala. Harsame is going to get Wolf Sun down. The Supreme booped. Suboptimal going down, and Saint goes down as well. This is going to be Ramen's point
The
here
GR.
on
Wow. Yeah, that was just a very good round for Ramen. They played that perfectly.
They did. I really like how they play very patiently. And this is one thing that I've said pretty much I think I've casted all of their games, and I've said that I appreciate their patience every single game. But
Yeah.
I think that it's true. They play very patiently and set up these really good plays. So if they're not doing what we as plats and diamonds and masters tend to do, which is press Q when you think you can make a hero play instead of when it's a good idea, or just getting
Right.
pressured into pressing Q. If they're able to resist that, then they end up coming on top very well. Looks like we are going to have two Sombras here. We're getting a 3-2-1 here from Antumbra, and it looks like another 3-2-1. Udon is going to be sort of the Widow's superiority here. They are not running a Mercy on the side of Antumbra, which means they are not going to be able to res any of these very squishy DPS. So Ramen Renegade is probably going to have a little bit of an easier time here if they do end up getting picked, but that is a big ante, which almost takes out Tamago. Tamago is able to escape. J-Rod is hacked, which is going to end up leading to his demise. Saint takes out Udon and then Ramen, proving that he may once and for all be the superior Widow. And Tumber's going to be able to take the first point, and now it's just a matter of cleaning up the rest of these kills. Even though Tamago is still contesting, they're just farming up their EMP.
I think that on the side of Ramen here, they're at an advantage running the Sombra, because they just hard counter both the Hammond and the Doom. The Doom being hard countered is not going to allow him to get much done at all, I don't think. Antumbra was able to cap, but I think that if they just... Oh, actually now, they're bringing out the Doom as well. Now they're both even again. The comps are almost mirrored exactly, except for the Genji.
It looks like Carpe's going to be on the Widow now. He took a break from Overwatch League to shoot some heads over here. So we'll see if he can click any of his heads and Watchpoint Alpha here. So J-Rod is going to get hacked, which means that Antumbra is going to be able to get that tank out of there soon. No, he's going to be able to survive here. Sort of some exchanges of kills here, but it is going to be Ramen Renegade that eventually ends up on top here. Saint is taking some more defensive position, trying to sort of shoot at them, trying to get a pick. He is going to have to back off here. J-Rod pushing up a little bit, but he's going to be able to roll right out. Now Ramen Renegade just has to defend this point for another about 75 seconds. Big EMP comes out, which is comboed with the blade, but unfortunately, nobody really dies to it yet. Carpe just fall off the map.
A clutch sleep stopped him from getting his blade off.
Super clutch sleep. And that's just going to lead to Antumbra. Yeah, they take the point off of Quell's EMP. So very good ultimate usage from Antumbra there, not pressing.
Very good ultimate usage and ultimate shutdown of Antumbra there.
Suboptimal's Anna is really good here. Not only has this anti-main's been huge on King's Row, but he is clutching out right now. So Ramen Renegade is regrouping here. It looks like that they are going to have the Valkyrie, but that's pretty much it for this fight here. Carpe is going to be take out Saint X in that Widow 1v1, which means that they automatically have this advantage coming in 5v6. Udon is going to get punched off of the map by Yua. This is sort of getting more even here. And Antumbra is at 92%, so unless Ramen Renegade caps it here, they may lose Ruins. So they are going to be able to cap here. Now they have to keep it. If they lose one team fight, they're going to have to go to map 3 in this control point map.
Yeah.
So right now, Tamago does have the MP, which means that they could easily win this team fight here based off of that and the blade, assuming that we don't get any clutching out from members of Antumbra. They do have the beat here, so if they're able to sort of coax out that beat, then they may be able to EMP to cancel it entirely. Koala does hack J-Rod. J-Rod may go down here. Big EMP.
Blade, though.
They do, and they're able to hack the Lucio, so he dies with beat. The blade is able to capitalize really well on this EMP, but there are still 2 members of Antumbra. They do back off here, though, which I do appreciate. They know that this was probably a lost fight. No use staggering themselves out any further, especially with only 30 seconds until this point goes to one of the 2 teams. So right now, no ultimates on the board for Ramen Renegade. Beat an EMP on the board for Antumbra and almost a Meteor Strike.
Yeah. And almost a Nano ult as well. Nano.
So Antumbra should be able to win this, assuming that Ramen Renegade are not able to get any picks.
Big EMP, got 4 people.
Yeah, and Ramen going down there is huge. Very good capitalizing here from Antumbra. They're able to snowball this down. Harsame is going to try to contest, but it's not going to be enough, and none of the respawns are going to be able to get here in time. Ramen's going to be trying on the Moira, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
This is
their doom
down
just popped
to
off.
the wire.
Their doom just popped off. He just got nailed, and he said, you know, and he just popped off. That was crazy. He got 5 there. Nuts play.
And now we're going to be on Lighthouse. Funny how you're the map that you complained about is the one that we're spending a lot of time on here.
Right, yeah.
This has really been down to the wire for pretty much every map. Control Point is going to the 3rd round. Kings Row and Paris required more than 1 attack and defense in order to decide. It required 2 rounds of attack and defense.
Well, that's what you get when you put 2 strong teams against each other.
This is probably one of the most evenly matched games that we've had in this tournament so far. So let's see what happens on Lighthouse here. We are going to get a Pharah coming from the side of Ramen Renegade, and we are not getting any hit scan from the side of Antumbra or another Pharah. So that isn't necessarily saying that Ramen Renegade is automatically winning this, but this does mean that the Pharah has a lot of high ground control, and they are going to be able to be uncontested here. She's free to shoot.
Mercy pocket as well.
Now Udon does get low there, gets a little too low to the ground and is almost taken out. And those hacks are coming through from Koala, which are making it so Antumbra has the chance to capitalize. They also have to remember here that this is about the control point. So Antumbra's on the point right now, and they are going to be able to cap with no deaths coming out from either side. But Yuo gets booped off of the map, and the kills come in for Ramen Renegade here. Again, playing patiently and waiting until they can win that fight. So now they're capitalizing on the point here, and right now Antumbra's just trying to stall it out as long as possible. Zane's going to be booped off of the point, and that kill's going to come through. So Antumbra, even though they capped first, only got about 16% there towards progress on point.
Ultimately, this is a win for Ramen Renegades here.
And now it looks like
they are
Koala
coming up on the
Go ahead.
Nanoblade. The Nanoblade with Antumbra here, I think that, oh, Koala was spotted. He's pushed out. I think Nanoblade is ultimately going to win this fight here.
Yeah, so Harasame's Nanoblade does come out first to get full Sun Suboptimal, and Koala. Supreme goes down as well. This is just sort of a snowball here, and I think Antumbra realized that. They just sort of let them kill them so they could reset quicker, because they know that right now they're coming up with an ultimate advantage. However, we still have Ramen support ult, we almost have Grav, we have Shatter, and we have Barrage. So realistically, they could drop that Shatter and then clean up with the Grav Barrage if necessary, but probably not.
They need to engage first again. They engaged first last time, and that's why they won that team fight, as they both had the same ults.
Now, Ramen did
this
get
time-
that Valkyrie out before the EMP, which is meaning that she could probably keep her team alive pretty well here, and she could technically resurrect. Both tanks are down, though, and Antumbra's sitting on the point. Nobody is contesting. So Ramen Renegade was caught out here a little bit, and now they're sort of in this where they're not winning the team fight. Luckily, they did not commit any other ultimates to this, so they are going to be able to back off and regroup really quickly, coming in with an ultimate advantage now. Carpe, 5% away from the grab.
They still have the ride, and they still have the barrage. I think that barrage kills through Lucio. If I'm not mistaken, I think that the damage is more than enough. So,
especially if you're adding in
definitely see
some
a
extra
grab
damage
combo.
too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think
Now the
a
hack
grab
does come off here on Harusame,
That
but
is
it's
no
just
one.
gonna be no follow-up. Diva Bomb comes out, catches out two of them.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to back up and recontest here later. There's no way that they can win that fight now. They do take out Koala, but unfortunately that isn't enough.
Should
This
just
is
get there
a
very
6
quickly
versus
too.
So we have a bunch of ultimates coming up for Ramen Renegade now. We have the Graviton, we have the Nano Boost, we have the Far ult, we almost have Valkyrie. We only have realistically both support ults for this next fight here for
They just need to engage with ult. They just need to engage and get like a pick or two with a grab or something, and then it's an easy W from there. They hacked the Pharaoh though. There's
So the
the
grab
grab
does
with
come
two.
out.
both
Farah
tanks.
cannot barrage yet. The barrage does come out, but Udon is going to be killed for it. Unfortunately, the barrage is just too late because of that hack from Koala. Now, Saint does take Tamago out. The second Dragon Blade from Harusame comes out, takes out Suboptimal. It is overtime now. Koala unleashes an EMP, which hacks pretty much everybody sitting on the point. Carpe wins with just a little bit of health left, literally like 2 HP.
Oh my
Supreme
God.
does come in to contest here with the help from Wolfsun. Carpe does go down because of this. Right now, it is Tamago and Wolfsun on the point. So right now, Antumbra's just sort of trying to take this right now. But Ramen Renegade's respawns are coming back through, so I don't know if that's necessarily the right move here. But they are getting all very low, and Ramen's sort of caught away from them, so she isn't going to be able to keep that healing on them. With the hat coming through on Carpe, Antumbra could win this here.
Yeah,
So right now,
Antumbra
Antumbra does have the advantage here, but we do have a lot of stall heroes here for Ramen Renegade. Tamago is able to get suboptimal out, so they are losing a big source of healing, but they are going to be taken out anyway.
ends up getting
So
up and wins the map. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
map, right?
that is
There
the
you go.
map. This is craziness. This is just so chaotic. Just very exciting Overwatch, very even matches. I'm extremely impressed with the team.
This is probably the best match out of the tournament, I'd say so far.
I would say so too. Everybody's just really evenly matched. There's been
No
a
one's
lot...
getting rolled.
No one's getting rolled, exactly. And rolling can be very exciting for the team that's doing the rolling, but for the team that's getting rolled and for the audience
And
to
for the
an
audience
extent.
too. Yeah.
not fun. So this is amazing. And the stats coming out here are very impressive as well, with 56 kill participation there from Saint.
I didn't
It's
even
crazy.
catch that. Wow.
So now we are going to move on to Junkertown here. So
Ooh.
Ramen Renegade has the chance to stay alive in this tournament here, or they may end up losing. So we are going to see what happens here.
So, Junkertown, very sniper heavy map. Sorry for the dog in the background. I love
It's
you guys
okay,
can
go
hear
for it.
that. But yeah, so Junkertown, very sniper heavy map. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a double sniper comp. The amount of open space in it just lets Widow really dominate the entire map. So, I think what it'll go out to be is whoever has the better Widow. I guarantee you we're gonna see Widow from both sides.
Which should be super exciting.
Yeah, this is gonna be sick. Maybe somebody will pop off.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of popping off, as a reminder to our viewers out there, we do have our match MVP poll that is open right now. You can vote for your favorite of our 12 players that are on here right now, either from Ramen Renegade or Antumbra. Make sure that you vote in this poll as soon as you can before we start talking about MVPs, at least, so we're able to look at the polls. You can wait until the end of the map, though, if you want. This is still pretty much anybody's game, and everybody on both teams is doing a fantastic job. So if you have anybody that has stood out to you right now, definitely give them some love in the poll, see if we can get them some MVP action. So we are going to Junkertown here. This is a crazy map, honestly. Some of the points really favor the attackers, some of them really favor the defenders. This point just is absolute chaos. And there are a lot of interesting comps that you could take here.
Yeah, really, there is. Bunker is really good, whilst also dive is very good because you need to close a lot of distance. That's why bunker is really good because they're not very mobile, so they just sit in one place and kind of defend. But dive's really good because of the amount of distance that you can close with it. So. Carpe with the Tord Pier. I hope we're not being trolled. Really like to see a Tord Pier. Okay. Very, very rude. But there's the Widow on Antumbra side. And it looks like Ramen isn't going to be running a Widow.
Yeah, they are going to be running Bastion Farah here instead, which I honestly do not necessarily mind because we've got the bunker going with the Bastion, which can prove to be extremely powerful, especially when they're trying to run pirate ship. The Farah also allows them to take other sight lines besides just the Bastion. They could sort of come around on the right side there, like you see Harusame doing right now, be able to pressure from spawn so they don't set up too much on the cart. So right now, both teams just sort of poking at each other. Koala is going to run the Sombra once again. It looks like Yuo on the roof right now. Koala does decloak and gets a hack onto Udon, but is going to be killed for it. And 3 of Antumbra are down right now, so they're not going to be able to capitalize on that necessarily. Saint on the Widow, I'm not quite sure about right now. Widow is not necessarily great into bunker, and it looks like they're very aware of the positioning that the Widow is taking, so they're able to pressure her and make sure that she cannot get any value. Looks like Koala is going around for the flank right now, probably trying to get another hack here. Harusame just shooting his rockets into Antumbra right now. Koala does decloak again and is going to be killed for it, even though he does get the hack onto Carpe. Carpe is able to keep themselves alive.
Direct rocket in the air, but a Widow. I don't know if you saw that. That was nuts.
I did not see that, but thank you for pointing that out. Harusame's Farah. Ooh, that's disgusting.
Across the map. Yikes.
Disgusting. Yeah, Harusame's Farah is.
Yeah, Widow's a hard counter to Farah, but it seems like Ramen is doing a really good job of just pressuring that Widow, giving her absolutely no space here.
Looks like they are going to swap off the Sombra. Yeah, they're going to swap off the Sombra for the double hit scan. Harusame is going to be taken out, but will be revived by Ramen. Yuo does jump in, and Ramen is going to be picked by Saint. Harusame does take out Wolfsun, but Koala is going to take out Harusame. Carpe goes down to Yuo. So Antumbra right now does technically have an advantage, but Yuo's going to be taken out by J-Rod, so Ramen still does have a little bit of power here to be able to at least delay the push a little bit more. They should be able to recontest here at the last second to try to prevent any more time from being added to the bank, especially that they only have one person on payload right now.
They do,
so
have
they
Nano
are going to be able to
Orisa,
recontest here.
Bastion. They,
Yeah,
Nano would go both on would go good on both of them.
So
Orisa
Tamago
gets
is going to be taken out by Yuo here. They aren't going to contest the card here. Carpe eventually does. Ramen pops Valkyrie here, and Udon is just shooting his rockets into them, but unfortunately is not able to really get too many picks. It's still being contested with less than 1 meter to go right now. Ramen just keeping everybody alive, but unfortunately Ramen Renegade C9 a little bit there. So right now they're sort of caught out in a bad spot. They should honestly just let themselves die here, but it looks like some of them are going to be able to escape. Poor
he just wants to get a little bit of ult charge before he dies there.
Harsame does go down to suboptimal. Carpe almost got caught, but was able to keep themselves alive, so they're going to be able to recontest here, and Genji will get back fast. Looks like Supreme is going for a bit of a flank here to try to disrupt the cart a little bit.
They are coming on Nano Visor, however, Antumbra is, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that this upcoming fight. It would definitely get them a lot of, it might even secure them next point here, honestly.
So Supreme does slam down and get some damage on Udon, who is going to be taken out. Tamago is deep into them right now. The Dragon Blade does come out and is going to be able to get Yuo, but no other kills for Harsame yet until he gets Saint. J-Rad is going to take out Suboptimal. So the rest of Antumbra is just going to have to retreat here. Supreme was antied at very low, but was able to escape. Ramen Renegade's going to chase a little bit, but is going to come back. We still have Nanovisor, as well as Beat and Mines for Antumbra right now.
Yeah, Ramen Renegade's definitely better at engaging with ults, I'd say. You know, so I think what Antumbra really needs to do here is just kind of engage with ults.
So the Nano does come out. Oh, somebody DC'd or something.
Pulling a team disconnect here.
Your plague has infected them. We did see that it wasn't a Nanovisor. It was, there goes Wolfsun. Wolfsun did DC, so we are going to have to wait for Wolfsun to come back here.
Who was Wolfsun playing? Did he just lose ult?
Yeah, he just lost Beat there.
Wow. Unfortunate.
Extremely unfortunate.
Beat is so strong in this team comp that they have against the, the Blade. Well, fortunately for them, though, he's only 28% to Blade, so it might not be too bad for Antumbra. They will be down one, though, in this team fight coming up here. So
not only will they be down one, but they also use the Nano on the Wrecking Ball here. Apparently he blue screened, so there may be.
I used to have that problem all the time.
Yeah, I know that Wolfson has been having some computer problems lately, but he is coming back. But they did use the Nano on Supreme instead of Koala. So the ball Nano, I'm not sure what I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at that. I don't see that combo too often. As a ball main, I know that you can get a lot of damage, especially with the slam. It's upwards of, I think, I don't exactly know, but I know that regular slam does 100, so I think Nano would do somewhere around 175, 180. So you get targets very low, but I think that Nano Visor overall is just more value, more damage. Maybe they're trying to conserve ults. I don't really know. I can't really see why they do that. Maybe it'll end up working out for them. From my view, I can see the Winston on the Ramen side is actually kind of low right now. So
he is.
Possibly could work out in their favor. So what do we talk about when the game's
Well, so right now what we're waiting on is we are waiting for Wolfson to come back, and just for the viewers to remember too, we do have a 5-minute pause limit per match. So
If they run out of pause time, do they have to take the 5v6 or?
they forfeit the map there. So then we would move on. The win would be given to Ramen Renegade.
Ramen, yeah.
And it looks like right now in our chat, we've gotten a lot of spam. That's been very clever and appreciated. We got
a little bit of lore here from Team
Yes.
Disconnect. We originally were called that because we would have necessarily internet problems. It was more so computer problems coming on our end. So I can feel some. I relate to you on a spiritual level.
Yeah, and it's always very unfortunate when this happens too, because you want these games to be a completely even matchup with absolutely nothing in there that's
and it has
making
been for the most part until this happens.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll be able to get back.
Yeah, so right now there's about 2 minutes left before they run out of pause time here and forfeit the map. So we're just hoping and praying that Wolf's Son comes back soon. So it looks like right now they still could, or Antumbra still could win this push. They do have that visor. So they are going to be able to do these cleanups here, should they need it. And Supreme, because of that nano, I wonder if that nano was done on Supreme because they needed to keep him alive. Because he did dive right in on them and could have potentially gotten really, really low there. I think that part of that may have just been that they nanoed him just so he wouldn't die in this engagement.
Yeah, I can't actually remember whether he was low or not, but I do know that he was Winston bubbled, therefore he could not receive healing from the Ana. From the Ana. So potentially, that's why they did that.
Now Ramen did Valkyrie here. Yeah, and Ramen did Valkyrie. So Koala taking out this tack visor right now could potentially be really powerful, just based on the fact that it would, unless Ramen's able to fly to safety, which isn't necessarily
from
viable.
the position that I see everyone in, I can't see Koala right now. I don't know if that's Koala in the little area underneath the steps, but Ramen could simply just kind of play that corner. What I do notice from my position is that they are all nated. They're all yellow, so they actually do receive increased healing for a short time, combined with the Valk. I think that I don't know if Visor would necessarily do enough damage. But hopefully we'll get to see. Is he going to be here soon? What's the time?
So I think he's starting the game right now, so we can pretty much just allow him. There's a little flexibility in this. If he's booting up, we're not going to just be like, okay, it's been exactly 5 minutes. You are immediately cut off and you forfeit. You gotta.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. It's a development league first and foremost, so this is mostly about the players. We're not playing for money. We're not playing for anything besides bragging rights. And, with a lot of teenagers in the server, the ego that comes with bragging rights is probably just as valuable as money. But
I do want to say, being new to the server, I do really appreciate that everything Watchpoint Alpha is doing for the Overwatch community, because as most people know, ranked play is kind of a nightmare sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so this is really good because it gets newer teams that haven't been a part of tournaments to get used to kind of the tournament style. And then it also allows people to try it's 6 people versus 6 people trying their absolute hardest to win. And that's what ranked, that's what Overwatch developers I think wanted ranked to be. But unfortunately, as it turns out, some people in the community don't really agree with that standpoint. So I do want to take this moment to thank Watchpoint Alpha for everything that they're doing for the community.
You don't need to boost my ego anymore, man. But what's nice about it too is, it does give the players a bit of an opportunity to feel like they are part of something like Overwatch League or part of the sort of pros scene. I can speak, getting those MVP interviews and stuff like that is just like, oh my gosh, I'm famous.
Oh,
I'm
you don't
freaking
even
proud
know
right
how
now.
happy Quinn was and Shatter was. I don't know if you remember interviewing them or not, but
Uh,
they were elated. I think actually one of our teammates, Shatter, changed his name on the server to "I got MVP once." LOL.
Aw.
That's his like Discord name. So yeah, he's very that was very exciting for them.
Right, so right now he is having a little bit of problems getting invited in.
Oh, looks like he's in now. I
There
do
we
see
go.
him. He's here.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, amazing. Looks
Yeah,
like
he's
we'll get this
saying
show on the road
that
soon.
the casters and the Penguo in chat is saying that the casters and the camera people get paid. We do not get paid. He said
We do not get
$6.94.20 a week. I freaking wish. All right, so it
doing
looks
this for
like
free.
we
What do you
are
mean?
in now. Supreme was nanoed, but is going to sort of back off a little bit, unable to get the slams before the nano takes off. Kowal
Pushing
is going to
cart, though.
get killed before he can visor here. So Antumbra is going to lose this fight, which is not surprising. It's heartbreaking because, things like this do happen where, some things are just out of our control. This is a game that's played on a computer, so internet issues, computer issues, all these things definitely can happen.
I'm experiencing some lag spikes right now as we're talking. My ping's going up to 500.
Oh no, at least you're not a camera person right now. Now Supreme does slam in, but gets slept and antied. Just sort of the cocktail of Ana abilities being used on him. He is going to be able to escape with life though. Thank goodness for him. So he is going to be able to re-engage soon with full health again. The dragon does come out here. Does not get anybody, but is able to sort of zone out a little bit, and they're able to get J-Rod out of mech, who does have to use Diva Bomb. So we do have trades, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it ends up working out for Ramen anyways.
It does. I think that Antumbra's a little flustered right now. It's obviously very stressful coming into this with suddenly, not only do you have to sort of get back in the zone here, but now you're down, you didn't have a player there, and now you're down that important ultimate.
I think that Overwatch is a lot about psychology, and being in a good mood definitely allows you to play better, I'd say.
It definitely does.
Who's C9? Who's C9? What team C9? Was it Antumbra? Antumbra might be a little tilted from that anyways. Nanoblade coming out on the side of Ramen though.
Is able to get 3. Wow. Very big blade. And Ramen is able to go back for that res on Carpe, their support partner. Tantaku, not only are you getting called for MVP right now by Muffin and Tantaku, dog for MVP, apparently this is not a game and it's not played on a computer. Apparently this is real life, according to Tantaku.
IRL.
High stakes IRL gameplay right here. Now Supreme does dive in and is able to stall out here. The Meteor Strike does come out for Udon. Unable to get any kills, but the psychological...
He ends up picking up the Ana.
He does. And now J-Rod and Supreme are sort of battling it out here, but J-Rod's going to be taken on a mech. J-Rod is going to use that Diva Bomb to be able to get their mech back here. So they are going to take it back. The mines do come out here for Supreme though, so Ramen Renegade can't really sit on the cart easily. But they're able to clear those mines out. And Antumbra does eventually go down. So they did cap a point, and they did get it about halfway through the second point.
Yeah. So the thing about first point and second point of Junkertown and why this map has so much back and forth as to why people like it or not is because they are completely different. As you can see, first point it's completely open. As to where second point, you have all of these flank routes that you can do, all of these places where sniper it just bunker works. Or dive I think works very well first point, but I think bunker is more supported second point. So I think comp switches need to happen, and I think people, I think both teams need to be very versatile in the comps that they play. Definitely not a goats map as well, so I think Antumbra is at a little bit of a disadvantage. Considering I think it's believed that Antumbra's best comp is goats. So
yeah, their best comp definitely is goats and goats variants. obviously they've been doing a great job playing some of these other compositions, but they are not
definitely.
as strong as their goats is. And part of their ability to play goats is also that they're very good at the psychology of goats. So they're able to sort of psych people out a little bit.
Yes, baiting a
now
goat
that the
is
chat
very
has
powerful.
seen it too, I do want to point out that no, you know what? I'm not going to point out the immaturity of Matt's chat if it's not on the stream. Just the
I don't have it open.
they pushed it 666 69 meters, so that was being pointed out. So we are going to get a bunker from Antumbra here. Harursame is going to pick Koala immediately. This is a
Very strong,
huge
very
deal.
strong pick right there. They're going to get a lot of push off of that.
Yeah, especially running this pirate ship. When you're running the pirate ship, the entire goal of running that pirate ship is to get as much value out of it as you can before you're eventually forced off. So getting that pick so early on is just one of the most important things that you can do right now. So it looks like Udon is going to be repositioning themselves a little bit. They're not on the cart anymore. Now they are. All right, so they're fine.
Larissa Shield kind of messed up a little bit. Pulled off a cart. No hog to kind of take advantage of that.
Marissa Shield is recontested, and Yuo is going to be taken out by Udon here. Carby's Immortality Field does go down, so this is Antumbra's chance, but unfortunately they aren't able to capitalize, even though the shield is getting taken down. Udon is taken down by Saint, but is going to be resurrected.
On the flank.
On the flank, yeah, and unfortunately Saint is going to die after that.
Looks like they just cap right there. You know? Very quick cap by Ramen Renegades here. They do also have more ults than Antumbra here, so potentially we could just see a steamroll.
Antumbra does have the tire, which could get Ramen Renegade off of this pirate ship pretty much
With that
immediately.
immortality field, though.
Yeah, if they're not able to get the Baptiste out of there, yeah, the Immortality Field is going to save it. And we see that Immortality Field is going to come out. Udon is going to stand in it. Yeah, not on point. So Saint's tire is just sort of rolling around. Oh, it is going to get a 3K, waiting for the Immortality Field to go down from Koala. That coordination from Antumbra.
Very smart play there. Very smart play.
They just waited until that Immortality Field got shot down by the Hanzo, and then they were able to capitalize with a 3K tire because everybody was standing in the Immortality Field.
I wish I could hear their comments right now. I wonder what they'd be saying.
Me too. They are going to stay on the Bastion here. They do have Bastion ult. So Diva Mom is going to come out to kind of zone everybody away and give a little bit of space for Ramen Renegade here. But Koala's going to take out Tamago after throwing that Diva Bomb. Supreme is going to be nano boosted and is going to press W right into their team.
Wow,
but
big
unfortunately, and Udon is taken out as well. So Antumbra is going to be able to hold here. Udon still does have the Bastion ult, so it's unclear whether or not they are going to switch off of the Bastion or not.
I would switch, and there you go.
Yeah,
That's
they're
good.
gonna do
That's
it.
a good play by me because you know, they're playing very aggressive, and when you are playing with a Bastion, you need time to set up. You know, there's a second, or I think it's a 1.5 seconds where you're switching into Sentry. That seems kind of long, but you know, still there's a time when you're you know, not in action as Bastion, and if you can capitalize on that, as in these competitive team environments, you can. Yeah, you're gonna be utterly useless. So the switch was good. Junkrat tire.
Another tire from Saint here. And this tire could potentially be
It can go over the wall?
long flank.
I did not know we could do that.
It isn't going to
wasted
get
tire,
anybody, but the
zoning tire.
psychological damage definitely does keep them back. Right
Zoning
now,
tire is
they're having a little bit of
big
problems with
power.
aggression. And
Yeah.
one of the things I've noticed is that Harusame plays very aggressively, and the tank that they also had earlier in other matchups, their main tank, also plays aggressively, but the rest of the team does not always play the same level of aggro. So you're seeing that they're sort of getting punished for this. Some of them are playing a little scared, while the rest of them are ready to press W. And Antumbra is aware of this, and they're capitalizing on the fact
and you
that
know,
their team's playing a little split.
I think I'm guilty of saying that Junkrat doesn't take much skill, but I mean, Saint is just really good at Junkrat. I don't know, like, what he's doing. He's just insane. He just took out the Pharah, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what he took out there.
Some hit scan
He's kinda
Junkrat.
insane. Yeah, and he's pretty nuts at Junkrat, not gonna lie.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
the thing
like
with
Junkrat as a
Junkrat
character,
is
but-
it doesn't take a lot of skill to play Junkrat.
Good, but it takes a lot to do him very well.
Exactly. So they're sort of doing a weird dive right now, but Tamago was able to get suboptimal, but Ramen is going to be traded out. Harusame is going to take Koala out, who does get his dragons out. Again, just trading their members. The blade does come out for Harusame, and this could be it. He's going to be swinging into Yuo on the Roadhog. Does not get him down, but he is going to be able to get the Lucio. Right now, they're just sort of trying to get as many of Antumbra's members dead as possible. Saint has another tire here. Yeah, push the cart as far as you can, because Saint has another tire, and that thing is going to push everybody off the cart here. Ramen and J-Rad are both going to go down, and that tire is coming out now. So Ramen, although they were able to push the cart a little bit, they may not be able to capitalize. We're getting that hit scan Junkrat right there with this tire. Hit scan Junkrat. They're doing so great here, and that's what's kind of fun to see here, is that Antumbra is able to sort of come back from that sort of
1 minute
heartbreaking
left.
disconnect there. Yeah, and 1 minute to push the cart, just a few meters, very doable. But you still have to outplay Antumbra here, and that's not that easy. Now, they do have an ultimate advantage. They do have the barrage, but you can't just barrage for free here. You have to make sure that you... Oh, and they're barraging for free. They do take out Saint, but Udon is taken out as a punishment. Honestly, a good trade. Saint is very powerful, but it doesn't matter. Udon's able to be res. Everybody dies. Blade comes out, so this is going to be a win here for Ramen Renegade. All they have to do is kill that ulti Winston.
So, is it 2-2 now?
It is 2-2. We're going to Lijiang Tower.
Okay, wow. Look at that.
This is nuts. I think this is one of our first map 5s.
Yeah, well, I think that there was a map 5 of my team against Antumbra here too, so it looks like Antumbra has a lot of endurance. I mean,
This is nuts here.
they have done a lot of matches.
Antumbra is just very, they're... I feel like sometimes they can end up sort of shooting themselves in the foot, either because they don't take a team seriously enough and they sort of don't give them the...
I'll be honest with you, I think that that's what they did with my team. We were new to the server, and then they kind of just didn't really... but I think that they end up learning from, their mistakes as well, and they adapt. They're definitely a very good team, and that's why they've made it, as far as they have in this game, mode alone. So, in this match alone, sorry. So, yeah, I think Antumbra is honestly just going to play a little bit smarter against them, and I think I honestly I give the win to Antumbra here. I think that they've just kind of they kind of just know how Ramen Renegades play, and I think that they're just going to end up turning it around and really just showing them what they can do.
Yeah, now we are going to Lijiang Tower, yeah.
Yeah, I think can goats be played on Lijiang Tower? Is it necessarily a goats map, or is it kind of like a 50-50?
I feel like you definitely can play goats in the control center map, the one that's indoors.
Gardens, I don't think necessarily.
I feel like Gardens, it's possible to do a goats v goats, but I think that it's also very easy to counter goats there because you're able to play a lot of Pharah or...
And just attack from so many directions.
Yeah, and I think that you
so
can
it's like
also...
50-50. It's not necessarily the best goats map, but it's not like unplayable. It's no King's Row. But,
exactly. So we will probably see goats on Control Center, but for the other maps, I think that we're going to end up seeing either 2-2-2 or triple DPS. On this map in particular, probably going to see either a Farmer seeing some Doomfist play here. This is a good Lucio map, even though there isn't a ton of boop. Just the sort of thing in the middle sort of helps you contest point and wall ride. This is a good ball map. Good right,
I
Zarya.
love
You
playing
could
ball
play
on this map, and
anything.
I love playing Zarya on this map. Pharah is
Yeah.
definitely, excuse me. Pharah is definitely strong on this map as well. And it looks like
We're getting floats
sorry,
on the
that's
side of
that's
Ramen
in
Renegade here.
that's Antumbra now. Yes. Looks like Antumbra is going to be running the Pharah Mercy Tracer Sombra. So it is a triple DP, a variation of triple DPS. I definitely like running the Pharah in triple DPS. I don't know about the Tracer necessarily.
Yeah, I think the Tracer can do work. I don't know if the Tracer's going to do work against what Ramen Renegade's running here. Because they're running straight up goats. With the Winston rather than the Rhine, but still, pretty much straight up goats. I think that they're going to have a little bit of trouble here because goats isn't their strongest team composition, and they're being heavily countered right now. Tamago is going to be hacked by Saint Sombra. It's going to be demeched here. Ramen going extremely low, taken out by Koala on the Pharah. Tamago just getting so low as well. So this is going to be Antumbra's win here.
Two picks on the side of Antumbra, and they just clean up the rest and cat point,
And that's the thing about the cleanup. Notice how expertly Ramen Renegade is sort of able to stall that out. Now Udon does jump off the map to recontest here. Let's see if we get any switches here, though.
As well. Usually people, a lot of the times you see people kind of tunnel vision and they don't cap the point. But as you can see, they've already got 10%. Now they're on 15% or whatever. Caps. So this is really good for them so far.
And Ramen Renegade is going to switch it up here. They're going to run a 2-2-2 here with the Rhine Zarya, Pharah Mercy, and they're going to have the Soldier here with the potential Nano Visor. So I think this is a really good comp to run here. Yeah. Looks like they're going to be kiting around to the back of the point here, trying to avoid a lot of that spam. Very huge group there, grouping the Sombra off the map. This automatically is a 5v6, even though they don't have ultimate advantage. They don't have that EMP. The Valkyrie comes out for Yuo here to try to keep the team alive, but that's after Harusame picks out Wolf's Son. So right now it's a 4v6 for Ramen Renegade. The ball is just contesting right now. Big EMP takes Harusame, J-Rod, and Tamago, but there really isn't any follow-up. That EMP was just sort of, I don't want to say a waste necessarily, but in some ways it was, because they just did not have the personnel to be able to follow up on it. And that's the thing about Sombra, you can get those big EMPs. Yeah.
I think that they're definitely getting a little tired, and I think both sides are kind of just kind of withered down. I think that it's whoever has more endurance is honestly going to have the advantage on this one.
I'm honestly tired just watching this. I can't even imagine how the players feel. Looks like Saint is getting behind, trying to go for a hack, but Tamago is able to take out Koala. Yuo could try to get the res there, but I don't know if it's going to be possible with the way that Ramen Renegade is positioned. So Antumbra is going to have to back off here, especially if Tank is down now.
Udon's Pharah is popping off right now.
Udon is ridiculously popping off.
I may stand corrected.
Look at the ultimates on the board too. We have 5 for Ramen Renegade right now, with Carpe probably going to be able to build a grab very quickly.
He'll get grabbed very quickly with the spam. I don't know what his charge is right now, but I assume it's high.
Given that there's 50% left as well, Ramen Renegade realistically could just use 1 or 2 ults to fight and win this. So we'll see what happens here. The visor does come out for support. Yeah, so, sorry, Harusame. Yuo goes down to it. That is a huge pick from the visor. And then 3 more come through for Ramen Renegade here. Supreme and Wilson both go down. Yep, Suboptimal goes down as well.
And they still have Pharah Barrage. As to where, I'm sorry, their name escapes me. Antumbra has no ults. They're coming up on the Valk, but that's a support ult. They have no offensive ults right now.
Yeah, so Ramen is going to pop Valkyrie here.
They use Valk at the correct time because they, there's only, the 15% or the 20% to connect the point now.
Yeah, now Antumbra is engaging right here, so Ramen's Valk is about to go through, but that's okay.
Grab
comes out for Carpe. 2 go down, 3 go down, so now this is pretty much Ramen Renegade's point. Udon does get the barrage out. Doesn't kill anybody directly.
A lot of damage, though.
Yeah. So this is going to be Ramen Renegade's point here.
Very clean. Very clean. Almost able to touch. Yeah, very clean execution by Ramen Renegades there. I don't think that they could have played it better. I think that everyone's a little tilted, and I think that they're really kind of just really focusing now. This is definitely the more serious gameplay of the matches. You don't see anything memey happening. You see nobody's fake picking Torb. Everybody's just picking their character and they're just sitting in spawn, not even moving. They're kind of just like chilling. So
everybody's so ready. And now, just as a reminder, before this goes underway, remember to vote for your match MVP on our Twitch page. If you can vote for mobile, there is a button to do so. You can vote on your computer as well. This is a very well-fought match. It is going to be hard for Dog and I to pick our own MVP, so please help us out by voting.
I have an idea of who mine is, but it may be a little biased. I don't know.
We'll see how it goes when we get to that discussion, because right now this is going to be a crazy match to watch. So Supreme is slamming right now. His ball is ridiculous. He did. And it looks like Antumbra is able to sort of position themselves, so they sort of have the positional advantage coming into this fight to cap the point here.
Well, they need to punish that Doom now.
Yeah, you is anti, so he's going to go down, so it is trades on both sides, even personnel-wise. They also have the heals coming out, but Saint is going to be able to take out Tamago, and Supreme takes out Udon, so this is going to end up probably being Antumbra's fight, unless there is something that Carpe and J-Rod does. J-Rod does go down, so Carpe is going to have to get out of there and
Carpe
just give
escapes
the
with all that
point.
charge. Wow, he got out with all that charge.
Very good move by Carpe there, sort of getting out when they were still focusing on killing J-Rod there. But now, they're gonna have to, they have a little bit of disadvantage. This point is kind of hard to cap from here. They are gonna sort of have to press W here. Now Yuo does almost get taken out and he was antied. Harusame goes down though, so right now Antumbra does have the advantage. Supreme is popping off. J-Rad and Tamago both go down, so this is a lost fight here. Carpe is hacked, so he's not gonna have the bubbles to help him get out, but he still does get out, and he has
I'm pretty
grab.
sure he gets out. He has grab and he has maintained the high charge. He has not died yet this round. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Nano Zarya, and looks like they're bringing out the goats here.
I think that's a good move here, although I do sort of wonder if against a Doomfist and Sombra that's the right pick. But they do have a bunch of ultimates on the board here, so J-Rod does... Oh, big EMP from Koalas! 5 of them. Harusame, Tamago, Carpe, J-Rod just snowballs this. And that takes Carpe's charge away, too.
They engaged with ult and they won, look at that.
Look at that EMP too, got 5 of them, and Ramen didn't have the Transcendence, so was powerless to be able to save the rest of their team. So now Ramen Renegade does have the ultimate advantage, but they only have about 25 seconds left until this flips for Antumbra, so they have to get in there as fast as they can and use these ultimates. They are just going straight to point, which I like that they're doing. Forcing the fight on point, but that big anti comes out and almost kills Ramen.
Wow, the Brig dies. Raid boss
Brig
down.
goes down. This could potentially be a lost fight for them here. Carpe's grab does come out, but unfortunately is not able to be capitalized upon. Ramen gets demeched here, doesn't have their bomb to get them back in mech. Carpe is hacked right now, so he can't use bubbles to save his teammates. J-Rod and Udon both go down. Ramen's gonna be slammed by Yuo.
And they unfortunately were not able to touch. Yeah, dude, he popped off as Doom again. That's the second time.
This was so one-sided in the first map and then one-sided in the second map, but it was one-sided for both teams.
Just as you think that Antumbra runs out of stamina, they shut me up because I mean they like, wow, this is so exciting.
And this is the GOATS map that we were waiting for. We're getting snopes from both, except Supreme is still on the ball. Okay, he's going to the Rhine now. I was about to say, I don't know about the ball here.
This is the map to decide it, correct?
It's honest notes, and this is the map to decide it. Which team has the better honest notes? We will find out. Both teams taking the same exact
Udon's gotta
pathing.
pop off.
Yeah, so it looks like both of them are going to meet in the middle here on control point. This is nuts. So they're both sort of swinging into each other. Big net,
big nade.
It looks like it's going to be Yuo and Suboptimal to go down first, but J-Rod's going to be taken out by Saint, so this still is winnable for Antumbra. Udon just trying really hard to get a freeze, but that bubble saves Supreme right there. Koala does go down to Ramen, however, so this is going to be Ramen's point to take. Whew, oh my gosh.
Wow, a lot of casting coming from you. I'm sorry that I'm not that good at shoutcasting.
It's okay. Shoutcasting is my jam, and I am not gonna have a voice tomorrow, but it's gonna be fine. So it looks like Ramen Renegade is pushing up really, really far here. And is going to be swinging away into them. Yuo is going to be taken out by Harusame. Saint's going to use a wall to sort of push Ramen Renegade back a little bit and allow them to regroup. Udon's going to be taken out by Saint. This is their chance to push in. Saint's going to use a wall to separate everybody. Tamago's backed up against the wall trying to get away. Huge anti's coming out. Yeah, so Brig is going to go down here. So this is Antumbra's fight to win here. Now it's just a matter of stalling out the point for as long as they can to see if they can get their respawns back, which is Ramen Renegade's specialty. So Tamago is able to sort of get out there using that wall. Ramen is stalling the point as hard as she can. And so Udon on the May. Looks like Scream's just going to pop off and swing right now. Look at Udon go, stalling as long as they can. Literally 50% before they're able to cap.
Wow.
Harusame and J-Rod do get staggered a little bit there, but that's okay.
A lot of ults coming up from each side.
Yeah, so both teams pretty much have about 4 ultimates on the board, with others coming up. Antumbra a little bit of an advantage here, almost having all 6 ultimates.
They have all 6 now with the current.
They do, and that fight's coming out. J-Rod is going to shatter and stun 3 of them. Blizzard's going to come out to prevent them from being able to capitalize on that.
Freeze.
Another big shatter. Just all of the Qs are being pressed. Beat comes out from Wolfson. I don't know about that. Antumbra just used every single one of them.
Little bit of a panic, I think.
But look, so did Ramen Renegade. Their Beat came out. Their Nano came out. Their Rally came out. Their Shatter came out. So now they only have 2 ultimates, but Antumbra only has 1. So Carpe does get that grab, and the freeze comes out after that.
The grab, and then the wall comes up, and
they can't escape from it. So right now it's only Saint that's left behind. Big Ante could potentially win them this fight here, but it isn't going to be enough. So they are going to be able to cap here, but Wolfson needs to die first. He is going to be taken out. So now Ramen Renegade is going to be able to take this back, with Antumbra having only about 17 percentage points advantage there. Both teams...
Antumbra is coming up on Mayfreeze, a very strong ultimate, especially since neither side have a diva to eat it. You know, Zarya only has 2 bubbles. If you get 4 people in the freeze, and, you know, Zarya bubbles herself and someone else, that's still 2 people in the freeze, and that would be huge. Looks like the freeze is coming out here.
Yeah, so it looks like Tamago's stuck in the freeze. Tamago is going to be able to be saved here, but Koala saw that Tamago was low and is going up after them. Right now, Antumbra is winning the man fight here. They have more people.
Nano Brig, though.
Yeah, the Nano Brig and the Rally comes out as well. So right now it's just a stalling game. Shatter comes out from Supreme, but does not get anybody. I think he was booped.
It's definitely a delayed
able to
shatter.
kill J-Rod though. So right now it's just so Ramen Renegade pushed up to 96%. They do not have any ultimates except for the Beat right now. So this could be difficult for them to win, especially with Beat, Nano, and Grab and Rally coming out.
I think that they only have 1 more fight left too. They might be able to. They might be, if they push in now and die, they might be able to get a touch off. They need to push in now though. They're trying to bait out wall. It looks like here.
They do bait out wall. Harusame gets caught down and is just going to run away. This sort of means that Antumbra, now big grab comes out. They're not going to be able to touch.
Wow.
Yes, nobody can touch, so they're trying, they almost get there. Lucio Reyes, and they almost get there. But it's by the skin of their teeth, with only just a couple of percentage points. Antumbra is able to win.
They pull through. What an exciting match. That was really cool. And this blade is just massive.
Disgusting.
Oh.
So now Antumbra, because they won, is going to go against Team Disconnect tonight at 9 o'clock.
Team Disconnect is going against Scandals. I think that this was the losers bracket, so I think that they have a chance to face the the winner of
Oh, you're right.
versus
Yeah.
I'm pretty. If I'm looking at the bracket,
I'm
right,
reading this wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
I was looking at the wrong thing. So yeah, you're going against Scandals tonight
in about an hour.
at 9:00. Yes.
Right.
And then Antumbra, now that they won this, is going to go against whoever loses in that match
Right. Okay.
for the chance to go to the finals. Yes, I was looking at the wrong thing. It's been a long day.
No,
casting.
no. I bet you got it. You got another one ahead of you in about an hour. So be ready.
I know. Who knows I'm gonna be able to do this? All right, so I think we need a little bit of time to process this, and I think that we need to spend this time processing so we can see what happens with this MVP poll here. For those of you that are sitting in chat right now, and there are quite a few of you, make sure that you vote in this MVP poll for your favorite. So this was one of the closest matches that I think that we've ever had on Watchpoint Alpha. Both teams were pretty much identically matched up in terms of not only what their skill level was, but their comfort level with certain compositions, including the Snoats. This was sort of a fight for Snoats' dominance here.
Yes.
And Antumbra just barely made it on top. And I don't know if that's because Ramen was necessarily worse.
So I think, and so here's my personal opinion, right? After fighting both of these teams, I've fought Antumbra and I fought Ramen Renegade. I can confidently say that Ramen Renegade's Snoats was better. Udon is an amazing Mei. His wall placements are smart. He is just a very smart player, and I would put money on the fact that he's the leader for that specific team comp. However, I think that Ramen Renegade got burned out. I think that I think that their endurance levels were low, and that Antumbra is used to kind of these cutthroat situations, and they've won before, and I think that they were just more confident, and I think that they were just more into it, and I think that that's why they won. Not necessarily because they were better at Snoats, but I think because they were just they had more endurance. They were more ready. I think that in the end, Ramen Renegades is better at Snoats, but Antumbra just pulled through, and I think it just went in their favor. You know, I think I mean that's really about it. This is like my personal opinion from facing both of these teams.
Yeah, and sometimes it isn't necessarily which team is playing the composition better, but which team is able to capitalize on picks and communicate better and make less mistakes.
Yeah, and I think Antumbra definitely had better communication.
I think so too, and part of that may be the fact that they've been around for a really long time.
Right.
But it also depended on maps. Ramen Renegade won on some maps and won pretty handily, while Antumbra won handily on other ones. So it's just sort of map dependent and who's stronger on which map, and it's just all of these different factors that came into one of the tightest battles that we have ever seen. So right now we need to stall this out just a little bit more because we're like so tied out right now with these votes. So people are going to have to get these votes in. Before we talk about our viewer MVP, let's maybe pick our casting MVP.
Okay. So why don't you go first?
All right.
Because I kind of have mine set already.
Well, then why don't you say who yours is?
Okay. All right. So I am a Zarya main. Okay. So this may be a little biased, but I want to go with Carpe. Is Carpe a boy or a girl, or what are their pronouns? I don't know who they are.
I believe that I can double check, but I believe that Carpe is a boy. Okay,
so I'm just gonna say he.
Okay.
Carpe, he was I think he just came in clutch so many times. His Zarya bubbles were on point consistently. On top of that, he dominated ult charge. The entire time most of the time, I don't think all the time, but most of the time, I'd say 80% of the match, he had higher energy, he had higher ult charge than the enemy Zarya. And in those GOATS comps, it's whoever does their ults better, whoever manages their ults better, stuff like that. I think that he ultimately just, at certain points, he just, he got picks, he got, he was all around, he was just a very on point player. And I think that he kind of brought everything together.
Honestly, I was going to also say Carpe.
Really?
Not only was he just so, I think that his Zarya was probably the stronger of the. Not saying that the other Zarya was not
No,
amazing.
obviously not. But I think he was popped off. He was more consistent.
Yeah, I think that it's the consistency, and also with Zarya, it's also not necessarily how well you personally are doing. It's your ability to enable your team and protect them with
Exactly.
bubbles. And he did such a good job of keeping his team alive. There were a couple of clutch bubbles.
I can't tell you how many games that I've carried as Zarya, just making, you know, the clutch bubbles to save the enemy's position, you know, or you know, if they overextend, allowing them to overextend. The bubble is such a good resource, because whilst it doesn't cleanse stuns anymore, or well, it does cleanse freeze, but you know, the amount of utility that it provides is just amazing. So, you know, ultimately, I think that you have to have a lot of game awareness. You have to be able to just, you know, all of these clutch things. I think he does that very well.
Yeah, and also, you know, there's some really big anti-nades by Suboptimal that could have easily lost them the fight, but Carpe was able to save key members from the anti-nades.
Right, cleansing his main tank, allowing the beef of the team, you know, the health to be healable. You know, it's just amazing. You know, so coming from a Zarya, man, I can really appreciate the amount of finesse that he just ultimately pulled out there as Zarya.
All right, so let's bring Carpe in for an interview then as our caster MVP.
Here, I'll drag him in.
All right.
Hey,
Carpe, hello.
Hello.
Well, you are our caster MVP today. Congratulations. And congrats. Oh, he just left.
I'll try and bring him in again.
I got him.
Oh,
All
there
right.
you go.
Welcome back.
Hello.
So you are our caster MVP today. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. I'm honored.
So I know that you probably need to take a breath for a second. That was probably one of the closest matches that I've ever seen on Watchpoint Alpha. Some of the most evenly matched teams that we've ever had playing against each other. And you guys played, like, both of you are obsessed with Snoats.
Definitely.
So what was it like in your comms going against this team where it's just you're so close to being able to win?
So we actually had a time where the first game we know that we played it pretty badly, so we all got together as a team. We're talking about what we can improve, what we can do better on the second game so that we can win it and take the series. Even though we ended up losing, but let me turn that off. Okay. Even though we ended up losing, I'm so proud of my team, first of all, because they did such a good job today. And the improvement in like 2 hours, was it 2 hours between the games? Or 3 hours? Yeah, in 2 hours we improved like crazy. There's such a difference between those 2 hours. And,
that's what I was sort of noticing too, just even how you guys played against Team Disconnect and how you guys played against the Anomalies yesterday, and then today, the improvement that you guys have had since you even started this tournament is just phenomenal. You guys went from being good, but obviously you guys did not win the first round. Or you won against Apex Legends, but did not win against Team Disconnect. But then you came out and you beat the crap out of the Anomalies.
Gave us a run for our money.
Yes.
You gave us a run for our money.
You gave them a run for the money and how hard they beat the crap out of the Anomalies. And then you came in and you were this close to beating Antumbra, like literally like 3% of a control point.
I would be proud though. I would be proud of your team.
Yeah, I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, you know, are you the team leader or who's
not?
Okay. Well, you know, still, either way, I think that you should be very proud of yourself and very proud of your entire team. Your Zarya gameplay is really good, man. So
Thank
as
you.
a Zarya main, you know, I from one dude to another, it was really awesome to watch you play.
Thank you. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so one question for you. So you guys are going to be going against the loser of our 9 p.m. match tonight, either Team Disconnect or Scandals. So between now and when you have your matchup tomorrow, what are some things that you guys are going to do to try to secure this win and go to the finals?
Well, we're definitely going over our VOD review for today's games and try to see what went wrong, and then fix it. Because we discussed this already, and we concluded that it was more of a team problem than a solo problem. So we're going to be talking around with the team, try to figure out what was the problem, come up with a solution, and just play better. And
Sounds good. That's very solid, and it's very positive. And I really enjoy that you guys are able to do that for yourselves. You know, some teams struggle with that, so very happy.
You guys should definitely be proud of yourselves, even though you did not come away with the win today, because oh my god,
that was such a fun match to watch. It was so fun.
Yes. So before we kick you out of our casting lobby, is there anything else that you want to say to either your team or to the server or to our viewers? Just some final words.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, thank you for hosting this game. It's awesome for you guys hosting this, first of all. And then I say GG to the other team. You guys played really good. And lastly, to our team, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm proud of how much you guys improved, how much we're improving. Like the first when we started, we were kind of slow, but now here we are. We're getting better every day, every time.
Just so much positive energy.
Very
I've got like this big old grin on my face right now. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you so much for playing on our server. You guys did amazing today. Get some rest because you guys will need it for tomorrow.
Yes, we will definitely. Thank you.
Hey, Carpe, send me a message. All right? Oh, you left. Okay. Stream partner. That's what I want.
So I have tallied the votes.
Okay. I'm interested to see
one.
who they picked.
Literally has been tied. And our tiebreaker always is that we take the team that is not the caster MVP as the viewer MVP.
Okay.
Which means that Kuru slash what's his other Yuo is going to be our voter chosen MVP here. So he is in the casting lobby. We'll be able to bring him in for an interview. Holy crap, that voting, I was just watching it go up, and I had no idea what was happening. But with 9 votes tied with Udon, tiebreaker will be that we bring him in because he was on Antumbra. They haven't gotten an MVP yet.
Who are we bringing in? CWIW?
Yeah, Kuru slash Yuo.
Okay.
Kuru, hello, congratulations. You are our viewer MVP today.
Easy. Hello.
All right, Kuru. First of all, congratulations on winning this matchup, which was one of the just most ridiculous matchups that I've ever seen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. So, what were your comms like in your matchup today?
Yelling.
That's what I.
That's the best kind of comms. No cap.
Honestly, I agree with that. I can second that.
I just want to say this.
Okay.
I'm literally crippled. My left wrist is completely fractured, and my right index finger.
What did you do?
What did you do?
I played football.
All right.
And
that makes sense.
And you can still you can still play. That's very honorable of you. It shows that you are committed.
That's why my hero pool was so mixed up with Mercy, Bastion, Doomfist, D.Va.
Yeah, we did see a lot of heroes come from you. So I did want to ask you about that, but now we see that is why.
Because I'm an off-tank man, and I couldn't play any Zarya. So
yeah,
it was kind of annoying.
I feel it. Well, we do appreciate you. I bet your team appreciates you playing. Even with your injuries.
Koala, we wouldn't have won if I didn't come. We only had 5 people. You made me come.
You're the sole reason.
It happens.
Yeah, I'm the sole reason, boys.
Yes. Well, you did get MVP, so it shows that you obviously had you were popping off, for lack of a better word. Which of the heroes that you played do you think that you made the most impact with?
Doomfist. I'm the best Doomfist in this Discord, no cap.
Oh, I don't know if Tentaku's gonna agree with that.
I don't know. I'm okay with that.
I'll 1v1.
Those are some fighting words. All right, if Ruins is in here listening, our next pug obviously has to be a Doomfist tournament to see if Kuru is just talking some I don't know what word to use. It's not a swear word.
He's talking smack.
He's just talking some smack. Yeah, he's talking some smack. So obviously,
them's fighting words.
those are some fighting words.
Shade. He's throwing shade.
All right, so now that Antumbra did win this matchup, you guys are going to go against whoever loses in.
Is it Team Disconnect versus Scandals? Okay, well.
Wait, so what are we doing? Wait, who are we winning?
You're either fighting my team or you're fighting Scandals.
Alright, so we're winning against one of those teams.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
sorry,
say.
I'm sorry.
What do you think
All
that team has to prepare for in this matchup?
They have to prepare for me. I'm the best player in that team, no cap.
Do you think you're going to be able to follow through with your current risk situation?
He said no
I
cap,
really
so
hope
we
so.
can't put cap on that.
Yeah, exactly. You tell him, dog.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kurt, any last words before we kick you out of our casting lobby tonight?
Booted.
You don't even have to kick me. I'm gonna go play Minecraft now.
All right, so I guess those are his last words.
do we have time for you, Don?
My goodness, yeah, we do. And I actually just messaged him to tell him, like, we're going to need to get him into this casting lobby because he
That'd be
did
dope.
just barely win.
I do have to
that
go very soon, but I do want to talk to him.
We'll make it quick. Yeah, we will make it quick. And if you need to get out of here, I can always close this out. So don't worry.
I'll stay for the end, but I do need to go soon. I need to rally up my team. Oh my God, it's Udon.
Well, hello, Udon.
Hello.
Oh, it's so nice
Congratulations.
to meet you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Kind of speechless, honestly.
Yeah, well, you're probably super freaking exhausted right now.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, my hands are shaking at the moment.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. I mean, that literally came down to just a few percentage points on that last map. This was one of the closest matchups I have ever seen in Overwatch in general.
So entertaining to watch. So
fun to
entertaining to
watch.
cast.
That's
like.
I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I didn't even think it would be that, like 96 to 99. I think it was what it was, right?
Yes. And man, let me tell you something real quick. I don't know what it is, but watching your gameplay makes me feel stupid. Like,
Why?
I'm not a bad player, but you just the way that you play is very intelligent. Like your May, I don't know if you remember facing my team, okay? But we did Snoats v Snoats.
Who were you?
I'm Team Disconnect.
Disconnect? I do remember you.
I'm the captain of Team Disconnect, and we were doing Snoats v Snoats, and
Mhm.
you were on May, and we had a May player, and nothing against my May player, but you completely out fucking played him. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry for
that's a
swearing,
lie.
but listen, I'm sorry for swearing, but you outplayed him, and you outplayed the enemy May as well. And I just want to say that it's so awesome watching you. You make me feel like I need to work on my own game sense. So I really appreciate watching you. It was really cool.
You guys are
So-
making me blush.
Aw, so to throw a question in there, obviously, as Dog was saying, you're definitely a very big brain player, not only on your May, but on a lot of the other heroes that you play. So what are sort of the ways that you've prepared for this, and why do you think you're able to make such a, like, how do you get that big brain?
I'm gonna be honest. I very recently started playing May. I really haven't practiced her that much as I would like to, and I just enjoy her as a character because she's awesome. Like, I don't know.
Well, I
That way
think
I
that you have a lot of potential. If you're already this good as May right now without actually like putting in necessarily the hours and maybe competitive or high tier Overwatch or something like that, you definitely have a lot of potential, man.
Yeah.
Your walls are just just the way that you use the environment,
They're so
like
scary.
you know, it's scary. You gave us a run for our money when you played May. Like it
Yeah.
was.
No, that's good to hear. I'm glad that I'm being effective. You talked about high tier Overwatch, and I'm far from it because I'm like gold.
What?
I don't expect.
don't believe
You're
you.
lying. What's your SR?
I got out of gold like literally today or like yesterday. I think it's
Oh my
25-16 or something.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe you.
Wow,
All
I don't
right,
believe
I'm
that.
calling BS on that.
Yeah,
No.
what
Either
account are
way.
you using? Account sharing reported. I heard that.
I don't have any friends, so.
Dude, I'll tell you what, you're
Udon,
low. You're
we're
low
all your
diamond.
friends now.
Yeah. Dude.
All right, well, Udon, thank you so much for coming in. I'm sorry to keep cutting this short, but we do have to get ready for our next match of Team Disconnect and Scandals. So
Yeah,
is there anything? Yeah,
good
so
luck.
Dog definitely has
Good
to get
luck,
out of
Dog.
here. But is there anything that you want to say before we log off for tonight?
Yes, 2 things.
All right.
I want to be a caster.
All right.
Second
Me
thing-
and Penguin, we got you.
I got you. All right. Secondly,
Penguin, no.
Yes,
All right.
Penguin.
all right. Secondly, that was the most intense battle game I've ever played. Congratulations to the other team. I really the whole game left me speechless. It was so close. I was we could have won, we could have lost, but congratulations on winning. I hope you guys take it.
Aw, that was so
Oh,
sweet.
very
I
nice,
love the
very
positivity
positive.
coming from your
Ramen
team.
Renegades is so positive, dude.
They are. I love it so much. And that's what we need on this server. All right, so I'm going to let you go, Dog. I will close it out right here.
All right,
First of
peace
all,
out.
great-
Udon, nice watching you, man.
Bye,
Peace
Dog.
out.
Good luck.
Bye, everyone.
All right, so I am going to close it out here. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in to this absolutely insane matchup here on Watchpoint Alpha. Although the score shows 3-2, it was one of the most even matchups I've ever seen, and I'm honestly speechless. I need a break. I need a drink. So our next matchup is going to be between Team Disconnect and Scandals at 9 o'clock, and somehow I'm going to have to be able to cast that too after casting this game, so I don't know how that's going to work out. So come to watch the amazing gameplay. Stay for the absolutely scuffed casting that's going to come out as a result. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. For those of you who are not going to be joining us at our next game at 9 o'clock Eastern, y'all have a great weekend. And for those of you that are going to be staying with me, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.
We'll be right back.